Hello and welcome to the 15th episode of the second Chronicles and Telmora campaign. I am your GM, Liv. In our party tonight, we have Harka, played by Norvin.
Idly hodily, neighborino.
Rhex, played by Connor.
The missile is very easy.
The missile is so EB. We have Sister, played by Shane.
Yes, I am here.
We have Tess, played by Pyro.
21
Nice.
minutes. Goddamn.
And we have Icarus, played by Nacier, who got a really good luck roll.
Hi.
Oh no, not while drinking a soda. Okay, when last we left our party, Rhex had gone missing on the cusp of a lunar eclipse, on the cusp of the full moon. The party hunted him down and found him transformed into a strange bestial form in the sewers below Thasari, subdued him, killed him for a brief moment in an alternate timeline that did not happen because your GM forgot rules, and brought him back to an empty warehouse. And the last thing that happened last week was that the time, I think it was like 2 hours, whatever it was, that he had rolled for his unconsciousness had just worn off. And Rhex, still in his bestial form, because since he did not actually die in the real world, did not transform back to regular Rhex. So,
In Minecraft.
we open in media res as Rhex, the beast, whoever is currently here, opens his eyes.
He just looks around the room. Who all is here?
Everybody.
I believe, if I remember correctly, you had him subdued under a silver net.
Yeah, I think wherever's sitting is Icarus and Sister were sitting around a inconsolable Tess, and then Harko was standing to the side, being the stern grunkle.
You all will
Right.
see the crocodile just blinking at you all. Groggily.
The Kroger.
The Krieger.
Oh,
It'll try and lift itself to its feet. But I imagine at 1 HP under a silver net, it feels like an incredible weight.
It is definitely a difficult task.
Would you like me to roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Okay. 1 second while I open my sheet.
Blank.
18. You do not get yourself free of the net, but you do manage to come to a standing position on 4 feet.
It opens its mouth and just bestial noises as it clearly is trying to talk, but can't.
Sister will step in front of Tess, their hand back behind her, like saying, "Stay back there." We'll look at the beast. The beast.
The beast!
That's the beast. So, let's work this simply. I don't know if you can understand, but if you can, are you in control of yourself, Rhex? Nod.
Ooh.
That wasn't a nod.
It just kind of moves its chin upward, kind of like in the sup motion.
I was about to say, is it the sup nod?
Close enough. Well, Rhex. Here to explain anything Well, no, you can't. She's just gonna kind of squat near him. This
He
is-
kind of draws back into the net as you approach.
This is starting to be a problem, you know. I don't know what you intend to do with your lycanthropy, but if you don't embrace it or get rid of it, this will happen every time, you know.
She looks at you sadly, kind of reeling back in a little bit of the body language reads fear of you all. But Sister would know Rex doesn't know. It's probably not that he's scared of you all.
Well, I doubt that I can get a Therianthrope curse, but you managed to curse Harka this time. I know that I can remove that curse, but I don't have those resources at the moment. So, you can't talk now, but when you're fully back to yourself, this is going to need to be discussed. We need to know your reasoning, why you haven't embraced it and you haven't gotten rid of it. Because right now, you are unfortunately a hazard to yourself and us, and any other innocents that you might come across when you lose yourself. We're in the middle of a large city. It's lucky that, well, if there was a part of you guiding the beast to a secluded area away from civilization, then that's kind of good. But we don't know for certain if that's going to be the case. It would be best if you stayed with us in these scenarios.
Once again, tries to say something and just cat noises.
How about we just drag him to the temple now and have them cure him?
Because that might not be what he wants.
I really don't care what he wants at this point.
I know. But if there is some sort of reasoning behind it, I'd like to hear it before that decision is made. We already have him subdued. And
Alright.
we just need to get through the full moon.
Fine then.
And it should
Quick
be
warning
fine.
for the lot of you then. The next time he does this, I kill him. Whether it's tonight or tomorrow. Or any time in the future. He is a danger to society at this point.
You'll hear a snarling under the net as Rex is grabbing his snout and pushing it into the ground, but you can see the hair on the back of his pelt is standing on end.
Just kind of motions towards him. A problem.
Sister will stand between Harka and Rex.
Hair slowly lowers.
Problems can be fixed without people dying, Harka.
Yeah, by being cured.
Or if he embraces the nature of it. That's why I said we need to find out what his goal is for it. He's held it from us long enough.
This is the second time. This is his second moon. The
Yes,
first time
it
he
is.
attacked us. The second time he attacked us.
The first time, he didn't understand what it was. Second time, well, it caught him by surprise.
There is also a lunar eclipse. And I do believe that I had told Tess, based on her arcana last week, that that probably is
I did tell the party.
affecting him differently. Right. I think I had told you that I know I had told you that there was a lunar
I've been
eclipse.
rewatching the session. I in particular.
Did I clarify that that was also probably affecting him differently this time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So you, the party, would remember that Tess communicated that to you, that the lunar eclipse is also having an effect.
Causing him to shift much earlier.
It caught him by surprise this time. It's unfortunate, but everything's under control now.
Also, while
He's
you've been
contained.
debating with Parka, Tess has gotten closer.
How close are you, Tess?
About 10 feet up.
Let's see if she notices. No.
No.
I'm gonna roll because I've been trying to push my head in the ground so that I don't try and lunge out at Parka.
Esther, say something.
You can smell it.
I can hear her heartbeat getting louder.
You smell what the heart.
And you smell what the rock is cooking.
Yes.
I love Shane going from like super serious sister moment to like just
Lizard
fucking
scam
shit post.
But okay, so
the dichotomy of Shane's characters is
you
lovely.
can smell what the rock is cooking, but you can't see her.
Mhm.
She's just waving her
smell and
hand
hear
in
her.
front of her face.
You. What do you
Thank
mean
you.
he can't
Cena.
see me?
Thank
Make
you.
John Cena live.
Thank you.
What do you mean he can't see me?
It's wrestling.
I was making a John Cena joke.
No.
We made a rock joke from his wrestling era, so I decided to throw John Cena in there. Also, he can't really see you because his face is pressed to the ground, so it's like, I can't see you if I cover
forgot
my
you
eyes
can't hear
kind of
that.
thing.
Never mind.
And slowly hearing you approach and hearing your heartbeat quicken as you get closer, slowly the head turns up, stares right at you.
Rhex, did you did you leave because I didn't tell you everything? Is that why you were upset? Is that why you left?
What's the floor made out of here?
It's
stone.
like a warehouse that's like, yeah, stone concrete type.
Tries to scratch into the ground with his claws.
Sister will turn around.
How
Is it-
successful am I at scratching in a few lines?
So you turn around and you see a chicken
Make
nugget
me
walk
another
up
strength
to
check.
to a Rottweiler.
Not
Should've-
at all.
Very fine flooring.
Very good quality. Stan Mason did a good job.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you see the chicken nugget walk up to the Rottweiler.
And see it clawing at the floor.
Sister will immediately interpose.
So you get within 5 feet?
Yep. Because he's 10 feet away. I have to
Mhm.
get within 5 feet.
You can try to.
Rhex will snap at you as you quickly move forward and get close to him.
Spatially spaced on movement.
Give it a try.
Give
Better roll
flashbang.
2d20s there, big boy.
Okay. I'll roll for it. I was just saying that he was like snapping at you in a restraint, but I'll roll to see to hit if you'd like.
If,
Disadvantage.
if he would have snapped like at her as an attack, then yes. If not,
More like a snapping threat. Not like he's ready to
Like
lunge
a
out
don't
at you.
get any closer.
Yeah, the equivalent of hissing. Yeah.
This is a cornered animal. And Rhex,
Okay.
that initial fear that you felt at the coming of the lunar eclipse that you couldn't quite understand, and you still don't fully. That initial fear spikes again, and you lash out for a second before managing to. The beast lashes out for a second, and you manage to wrench that little bit of control back before it can find any purchase.
It starts to lunge out and try and bite, and then a paw comes up and pushes its head into the ground. And then it's just staring there, like murder eyes staring at you, while one hand
Is it
holds its
Harka's turn?
Ears flattened against
Uh-oh.
his head.
Is it Harka's turn?
Sister, are you still interposing between Rhex and Harka?
Well, not Rex and Harka, because I had to move to get between
We're
Tess.
not in turn-based combat, so...
So Harka's gonna walk forward and just do a non-lethal strike to the head.
Roll to hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
night time.
I have 1 HP, right, Liv?
You are conscious with 1
You
HP.
just woke up. Oh.
That was it.
You can ring my bell.
I was waiting.
So-
I was waiting.
Rex,
Mm-hmm.
as consciousness leaves you, there is a moment of clarity, an understanding of what that fear is. And I'm going to message you what it is.
Funny
Wait,
thing.
us.
Are you gonna drop a smite on that, Norman? Because I think I might still be
yeah?
immune to bludgeoning.
Actually, yeah, because he knows you're immune to that kind of shit. He knows he has to drop
That's
a spell
true.
on that.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Boom.
Otherwise, that won't do shit.
How long does magic weapon
Like a
last?
pipe, like a holding a
hour,
metal pipe
so
and
it's
hitting the
gone.
ground. Cool.
Non-lethal.
Oh,
It's not enough to kill me, so I mean, it's still just knock you unconscious. Boom.
Tess scrambles away from him. Like, oh shit.
Well then, he'll just
Bruh.
calmly. I think we need to wait until the morning to actually be able to have a intelligent conversation with him.
yes.
I'll go ahead and
Looks
do my first step.
at Tess. Are you okay, Tess?
no, he did non-lethal, so
I'm still. You still have to stabilize me.
that's
No,
true.
we don't.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, with non-lethal, no, you don't.
That's
Let
not
me
how
go
it
to
works,
Google.
Connor.
Let me go to Google.
You don't.
Okay.
Non-lethal is specifically knocking you unconscious. No
Okay.
death saves.
Okay.
Look, let's not sleep on this really, okay? I said it'd be nice, not a dick. Since I met my two gays, I learned those aren't mutually.
Okay, when an attacker reduces, this is from the PHB. When an attacker reduces a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack, the attacker can knock the creature out. The attacker can make this choice the instant the damage is dealt. The creature falls unconscious and is stable.
Okay. Yeah, I'm stable.
There's probably just a big fucking welt on your head now.
He's got that cartoon fucking
Yeah.
big old bruise on his head.
Definitely.
Alright.
Kind of looks at Tess. You okay?
Yeah.
At this point, he's dangerous. We need you to stay away from him. Another 3 hours of sleep time. D4
3
plus 1.
plus 1.
+1. 3.
So I assume we take watches until the next morning.
I got first watch. He'll walk. Are there any chairs here? Or are we,
There's like
strictly on the floor?
crates and shit.
He'll plop down on a crate, put both of his weapons to the side. Think to himself, alright, magic weapon first next time. And he'll just take watch.
You
Okay.
have what's it called? Divine Divine Fervor. It's a first level. You deal like a D4 radiant.
Divine
idea.
favor?
Honestly, just pick up the silver club. Like that gets around the immunity. Just bonk me once with it. Got 1 HP.
I've got
Or
a silver
maybe
scimitar.
bonking this silver net into your head
No, Nets do
using the
damage.
hammer.
Nets don't do damage.
Yeah.
I will, before I go to sleep, I
Strangle me
will
with it.
approach Harka and let him borrow my silver scimitar.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I
Give me
suppose
the-
this would work. Thank you.
Scooby.
You're
Himself.
welcome.
You'll hit him with the
Alright.
flat of the bait, right? Right?
You wake up and see him holding Croc a heart on a sword. Still beating. Use the danger test. Are you?
Do
I
it.
assume nothing happens over my 2-hour watch, considering he's going to be sleeping for 3.
Yeah. If it's a 2-hour watch,
Who
then
knew this was Norvin's Dark Urge run?
Sister
He
is
will-
next.
Wake up sister and just hand her the scimitar and just tell her flat out, when he wakes up, knock him out. Don't try to have a conversation with him.
She will just squint to Harka, grabbing this weapon she's not proficient
I
with.
think it was about the middle of the day when they got to the warehouse. So, and they waited another hour once they got there. So it was about, I think I said like 2 o'clock. So
We
you would've-
waited for him to wake up.
Yeah, I think it was about 2 o'clock when you woke up. So now it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Halfway into Sister's watch, then I'll slowly wake up.
You wake up to see about 7 feet away from you, Sister is sitting in the. What's that? Kind of like
Lotus?
Yeah. She's sitting like that right in front of you with her eyes just like halfway open, watching. And everything about her is glowing.
See his head lift up for a second. Look about 15 degrees left and right. And just kind of plop down. We're going into the night of the first full moon, Liv?
No, we are going into the full night
Last
of the
night.
lunar eclipse.
Mm. Okay.
Which is before the
Gotcha.
3 days of full moon.
Gotcha.
You know what? The whole time, once you're awake, you will hear in your mind humming. Sister will just be humming a song.
I hear it in my head.
Yep.
Sister, you'll hear like a purring from the tiger, and a flower will grow up out of the ground as you cast Druidcraft. A tiger lily. Anyway.
Fuck you.
Fireball!
That's we discovered it. The whole reason why he's kept it is to make that fucking joke.
Alright, I got my laugh in.
Take it away.
Declaw the kitty.
No.
Since this was an hour into Sister's watch, she can still move. So after a bit of just quiet, other than, of course, the purring, she will scoot forward a little, very slowly, but noticeable. And she'll keep her hands visible and low. And then she'll just go back to sitting. So now she is 5 feet away.
The more you hum, the more different wildflowers start to bloom as he listens and purrs along. It seemed to have a very clear calming effect on him.
She will scoot a little more forward. If any sort of discomfort comes out of it, she will stop.
His eyes are closed at the moment. And you don't have a heartbeat for him to hear.
She will gently tap the floor and make a little click noise.
He kind of jumps for a second, back a little, and just freezes.
And she'll... Any of you deal with not so happy cats?
Yes.
Where you just offer your hand from quite a distance?
Yep.
Then
We will do
they
that.
mentally tell you to go fuck yourself, then knock over half of the bed yourself. Anyway,
You gotta get the spoon. You get the wooden
Gotta get
spoon
the-
and you just touch
gotta
him
get
with
the
the wooden
gun.
spoon.
I imagine the claws are still out from it jumping.
Oh yeah.
You'll see one paw like strainedly rescind the claws and slowly slide it under the net towards you.
She'll very slowly reach out and put her warm hand on top of... Or, not on top. She will flip her hand palm up and slide it along the ground near... But she won't directly touch.
Rhex is reaching to touch you.
You can go ahead.
He places paw on top of your hand.
if not friend, then why friend shaped?
I've been waiting for somebody to say that this whole time.
Yeah. As a
Not
werebear,
friend-shaped,
go where?
though.
Tigers are so friend-shaped.
No, they're fucking
Bears
not.
are.
Bears are friend-shaped. Tigers are murder machines.
Bears are
And they
better
look
murder
like
machines
Bears
than tigers.
are murder machines as well.
Just the
Tigers
bare
aren't
necessities.
friend-shaped at all.
Oh, they're not friend-shaped, they're model-shaped. Every look of a tiger looks like they're just serving cunt.
And they are.
So
Well,
you're having
Let's get the opinion of someone who is a cat fanatic. Gooba.
Oh my
The
god.
fuck do
So
you
you're
think
Are
I am?
tigers
So you two are
friend-shaped?
having like an Avatar come to Jesus moment right now.
I've been proven wrong.
The fuck does he think I am?
I wanted for a moment for Norman to look at his daughter and say, Gooba, do tigers serve cunt?
Gooba.
Mhm.
Do tigers
No.
serve cunt? She says sometimes.
Sometimes!
Blessed be Gooba.
Okay. So now
dying.
that
Alyssa's going, what the fuck are you asking her?
Norman's just on a furry forum, don't worry about it.
I just
Now
have no
that
clue
the
what it means,
beast-
and I don't think she knows what it means.
You've seen his beard. He looks like Mufasa.
now that the beast has put the combination at this point has put the paw on her hand, she'll just very, very lightly just move her fingers around.
Loud purring.
And she'll scoot a little closer.
Does not move, just keeps purring loudly.
And then she will get her other hand and hold it out quite a distance, but towards his face.
You want to sniff?
Opens his eyes and rubs his chin along her hand through the net.
This is the cat will get you.
She will pet him. And if he allows it, she will scoot closer to have him put his head on her lap.
She will, or he will. Rhex seems entirely relaxed in your presence, with everyone else asleep.
I like to
You bring-
imagine that whenever Sister puts the light spell on her incense, it's just fell away.
And it's just calmly resting his head on your lap. Tail
It smells
swishing.
vaguely of catnip.
It just... The anxiety from before, it no longer feels cornered. It's just...
It's because she's the fucking heating lamp.
That too.
Yeah.
It's like laying in a ray of sun.
For the
Yeah.
last hour, she will just keep humming into his mind, keep petting.
How many of her fucking cats try to jump in her oven?
And then
Father, why can I not enter the delicious chamber?
You may
At the
not
It's
end
called
of
an
the
oven and you
hour-
will die. I'm strong, Father.
at the end of the hour, she will send a mental message to Icarus.
It is time to wake up.
Wakey, wakey.
Not
Icarus.
all Warforged do that live.
Icarus will wake up and then see that Rhex is awake and
She'll-
kind of get a
she'll
slowly
raise up-
approach.
She'll raise up her finger and just do shh. And then in your mind, you'll hear Sister, I will stay like this while I'm shut down, and I can continue to soothe him. Just keep an eye out. It should be fine. The scimitar is by your feet. She never actually took it. Once Harka turned away, she put it at your feet.
I will sheath it and I will keep watch.
Said, I'm just gonna give this back.
And funny thing is, while Sister is in her shutdown state, it does not stop her from using telepathic. So she will continue
Yep.
using it
Ah.
to
Nice.
use
just an actual hand
Relay
radio.
the song.
But of course, she's no longer moving. She's just gently rested her hand.
Now, for the
at the
rules of
side of his head.
advantage and a sneak attack, are you still?
I mean, she can still be surprised if she's attacked from somewhere she can't see from her field of vision.
I was
And
thinking more
I-
Icarus.
But she can still perceive things.
Icarus, you would notice a shocking amount of wildflowers that have grown around the net.
It's just a small meadow.
Like,
and
how the
fucking-
fuck
Yes,
is this
let's go.
happening? We're on concrete.
Exactly. Concrete, baby.
Yep.
You fucked up this lovely floor.
Cement.
Yes.
That's concrete.
Concrete,
baby.
baby.
I imagine Icarus would fly to like one of the, if there are shelves in here, he would fly to the top of a shelf and just keep a
Yep.
view from above.
A bird's eye view. Yes. Who am I to deny a bird's eye view?
Well, any view he's looking at is a bird's eye view, is it not?
Yes.
Unless you blind him.
No.
Um,
Big game hunt.
yeah, so Rhex will just chill there.
Icarus is keeping watch.
Finger liquor is good.
So we are now at this
Night
point because
time.
it was about 2 o'clock when he woke up. So 4 hours and 4 o'clock at Harka's rest, 6 o'clock at the end of Sisters. So it will be 8 o'clock at night at the end of Icarus.
Oh goody.
And
Do
then
it.
I will go gently shake Tess awake. And as she comes to, I will put a finger up to my mouth or a feather, bird, whatever.
Mhm.
Icarus, real quick.
Yes.
Right before you reach Tess, you hear Sister say, try to explain to her not to approach as much as she would want to.
Mhm.
It's very delicate.
I was about 80% sure, so I go wake up Parka again.
Wake up, Harka. Harka, beat these fucking brakes off again.
I will wake Tess up and then quietly I will try and whisper, keep your distance and just watch.
Tess will nod at you.
And then I will go back up top and try and get some more sleep.
Tess did in fact nod at you.
Rex is still kind of half napping in Sister's lap, so he's not paying too much attention to you.
That roll was a joke, though. That was a joke. Funny man. That's a roll. That was a joke. Don't look at that.
Chee
It's funny poodles.
Tess with a silver dagger.
It's right. It shouldn't have been Harker's kill. It's my red dog, Ma. I'll do it.
Also, Liv.
Yeah.
Huh. All right then. Tess will. She's not gonna climb the rafters. She's gonna go. Not get within range. She's gonna sit about 20 feet, parallel or directly in front of him. Just sit on the floor and stare at him.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if he spots you. At disadvantage, 'cause I'm half napping. Or would you rather just roll stealth against my passive?
She's not trying to hide.
Okay.
You can see her. Oh, disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, he is basically napping.
Mhm.
Well, I do have advantage on hearing and smell, so it would balance out.
Baseline. So
Yeah.
Right.
Just an ear,
Broadly.
one single ear will perk up. One eye opens, like, what's his name from The Lion King? Or not Lion King, Jungle Book.
Shere Khan?
Yeah, that's the one.
Fuck you. No. You look up and you see Tess with two green eyes.
Doesn't she normally have heterochromia?
Yeah.
Yep.
Both eyes blink and look at you.
She'll smile sad. She'll smile sadly at you. She doesn't have the. Did the scimitar you gave her have a sheath?
No.
It's just sitting there next to her. It's in the arm's reach, but she's not actively holding it.
No. It's making a beckoning meow at you.
Tess is currently 20 feet from you. She'll get to within 10 and just sit down.
With his head in Sister's lap, you will see him start to channel a spell.
Moonbeam.
Ayo.
And a little tiger cub kitten will appear in your lap as you cast Summon Beast of the Land.
What the fuck? Gets mauled.
Ah!
He just brushes up against you, and you see Rex do a slow blink at you. I don't think you need to roll insight to gather what Rex is trying to convey.
I might.
Okay.
Slow
Roll
blink
insight.
from a cat that's looking at you means they trust you.
And giving you a little kitten to touch. He's trying to say it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
That was the GM, but that was a 3. So.
You just look down at the tiger cub grooming itself, just licking balls, staring straight at you.
This must
As
be
they do.
The message is lost on you on what Rex should be meaning.
This must be a threat.
The fuck is?
Uh,
Rex just glares at the summoned beast.
Like, what the fuck?
Tess doesn't have mental mind fuckery, but she'll kind of whisper at you. knowing you have really good hearing.
I'm sorry. I keep secrets. They're not nice ones.
She won't move though.
You're a druid, right? And you live in the forest. You've probably met some fae or heard of them.
Shakes head questioningly.
Icarus rides in with his new
Pretty
Damn,
hungry.
that was loud purring.
Icarus
Sounds like a
rides in on his
motor.
new Bugatti. Got a new Bugatti.
Came out of the Lamborghini garage.
Oh
Purr so loud he sounds like a
Um,
motor.
Well, if you ever wondered what happens if Sister becomes a were-tiger, there we go.
Ha!
Voltron.
No.
I formed the leg.
Tess kind of fidgets. I'm gonna tell everyone, but just so you don't hate me anymore. I work for a fae. And from what I've heard, some people don't think they're very nice. But she's done a lot for me. She helped me when I and she'll clamp her mouth shut. I promise I'll tell everyone soon. Just please don't hate me. Don't abandon me, please.
The cub press up against you and just kind of nuzzle lovingly. But you see Rex is basically just puppeteering them with a little flicker of light in his eyes where he's just kind of like controlling a familiar. Very much trying to use it to relay his emotions from a distance.
She'll just sit there as she'll kind of straighten out a little bit, and you see one of her eyes has reasserted a cold-looking blue. She'll just watch you the rest of her watch.
He'll have the animal curl up in your lap and be like a little emotional support cat for you to pet.
Cute.
I think it lasts an hour.
I got a little kitty cat. I got a yeti. I'm pretty good.
Concentration for an hour.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
thing I lost. Yes, it is. Yes, it. Alright. Unless I'm getting murdered, that's as far as Tess is doing right now.
And then you all complete a long rest. Not me, because I spent like
Yep.
5 hours.
So that would be about 4 o'clock at the end of Harka's, 6 o'clock at the end of Sisters, 8 o'clock at the end of Icarus, 10 o'clock at the end of Tess. So we are fully into the lunar eclipse at this point. The moon is
feels so fucked.
completely covered. But at this point, everyone except Rex has completed a long rest.
Sister will reactivate and just immediately begin petting him again.
Louder purring now. Just nuzzling into you. How is Rex's mind feeling as we get closer to the full lunar eclipse live? Is there any
It's
more
almost
intense?
like it is getting more intense, but the closeness is nice because of what I messaged you.
Mm-hmm.
But Rex isn't fully experiencing it. It's now that we're fully into the lunar eclipse, any sort of like higher thinking is shut off.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it kind of like looking through a tube that's getting longer? I can see
Yes.
the light on the end, but it's slowly pulling away.
Yes.
Okay. You will see his eyes literally twitching, Sister, as he seems to be trying to hold on as long as he can.
It's time to move the fuck over. It's time to move the fuck over. Move, bitch, get out of the way.
She will not.
You didn't flip wounds, that's okay.
Let me know when everybody is finished getting up and getting their gear on.
I would say Icarus is up, but he stays on top.
Yep.
The bird knows.
Said I'm not about to be a chicken wing. No, thank you.
Lizard kebab.
Chicken.
You chicken. I guess we're all up.
Harka?
Arca, wake up.
Harka is up and watching.
What is Harka doing right now?
Watching.
You gotta
Putting
just
his
stare me
spear-
down?
I wouldn't say staring you down, but he's keeping an eye on you.
He's got a
At a certain
cowboy
point,
hat.
he'll stare and lock eyes with you. Then do a long, slow blink.
Aw.
Alright, let's
Hey,
that doesn't- well,
You could roll animal handling.
You could. I'll allow it.
insight's better.
Yeah, you don't know what that means.
Tragic.
The annoyed tiger face appears again.
Like, why is it squinting at me?
Just tomahawk chop your fucking ball at him.
And say the same thing he'd say to any other cat. Behave yourself and we'll be fine.
Hey.
They never do.
Yeah, I don't speak cat, so
Great that the druid is the one who's the fucking cat.
Yep.
No speak with animals to dish out.
I thought Speak with Animals was also a cleric spell.
I don't think so. It might be a nature cleric spell.
Bard, Druid, Ranger. Oh, Tess, there you... Oh.
Damn.
Every time you joke about Tess being a ranger, all he has to do is say, "Sorry, I'm a good class."
I won't get to that far. He's playing a fighter.
Shit.
Hey, yo, we need to go over this again?
How many times do I have to teach you this
How
lesson,
is
old
the
man?
man?
I'm dying before I get up my soapbox.
Every time Connor talks shit about fighter, behind him appears Goku with Psy Warrior over its head.
Perhaps I judged you too harshly.
Anyway, they'll just sit there. Sister won't move, even if it looks like he's having trouble.
I'm gonna go out and get us some food.
Sister will nod.
Anything in particular you guys want?
Sister will just side-eye him.
Well, obviously not you. Tess, Icarus.
What happened?
He's
She'll
getting
get a
food.
smiling smirk.
What happened?
I'm going to get food. Is there anything in particular you want?
Tendies?
Icarus
Chicken
just look at you.
tendies.
The nugs.
Icarus,
Piece
what would
between
you
the sour.
like?
I'm fine with anything, just not chicken.
Oh shit, was that
Now,
racist?
are you like vegetable only, or do you eat meat?
I would say Icarus is more closer to pescatarian, but he will eat some beef sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Well, if you tell him you want, well, no, he's not gonna walk all the way to the fucking harbor for fish. That's like
if
an
you can
hour
find any
walk.
kebabs that aren't chicken, he'll take that.
Is pork okay?
Sure.
Can I change my order?
Tess, how about you just go with him?
I haven't left yet, so yes,
Aw.
you can change your order.
Sister would absolutely see that.
I'll just take a Big Mac.
She'll pet
What
Rex.
in the absolute hell is a Big Mac?
Tess, why
What?
don't you just give Harka some company?
Oh, okay. And Tess will walk over to you and pull out her arms. Puppies.
He'll pick her up, place her on his shoulder. All right, let's roll out.
She'll look back at Rex as they walk out the door.
Sister will wave. She'll wave the mom wave.
Paw at the air.
I'll wave
And
back.
as they leave, Icarus will fly down to a lower position. He would
Decapitate.
say in Rex's view, but still elevated.
Are your feathers all puffed out like when you're agitated?
I'd say at this point, just seeing something appear, he kind of jumps for a second, and you see him like closing his eyes and wincing. He knows you're there, but he's trying to close his eyes and shut it out, like a kid trying to ignore a spooky noise in the night.
Orange cat. I sent you to orange cat jail. A box.
All right, so how much is this costing me to get food?
I'd say it's a silver.
All right. I will also be buying food for the cat.
Aww.
That will be its own silver, because I'm imagining you're just buying like a big thing of raw meat.
No, he's buying him a meal.
Oh, then yeah, that'll be. Yeah, I'd say it's still 1 silver for all 5, or 4.
All right. Just because he's a cat doesn't mean he's still not a person. Gonna treat him as such.
I mean, his regular person self is also a gator.
Harkus had a real change of heart with that nap from, I'm putting him down to, get him
No,
a
he'll
plate.
still put you down. He'll still put you down.
Just totally very different. I was like, next time I kill him, yes, can I get a barbecue? The cat doesn't like sweet and sour. Just
Get police brutality.
it's just a funny split to me. That's all.
The dad and the cat he didn't want.
Literally. Hey, he got it. I didn't even get it.
We'll bring in food.
As we're sitting there, Sister will pull something out of her back pocket. It's a little wand. And she will hold it up a bit far away from Rex's face. And she will just start gently swinging it around. And you will all hear orchestral music just start filling the room.
Can I be doing Druidcraft occasionally, Liv, to do the check the weather effect, but instead just show us the progression towards midnight?
Absolutely.
And Liv,
I'll
you
just-
do know that lunar eclipses only last about an hour at most,
Yes, but
and
I
that
want
the full
it to
eclipse
be
of the
longer.
moon is really brief.
Yeah, it's also fantasy.
We're hacking.
That
We
doesn't
got-
mean science goes away.
We're sitting in it. We've been doing this at a partial eclipse. We're coming into the totality is what we're coming
I
up
sure
on.
would like to talk to Rex today.
Denied.
No, we got to fight about the pedantics of fantasy moons.
I got 2 of them.
That's no moon.
Right, so yeah, we're just waiting at this point.
Okay.
Rex will try and eat it like a person. But he doesn't have the appendages for it,
No.
so he'll just kind of sadly place his whole face into it. Just.
I've seen a cat slide across the
As we
floor,
get
their
to
face
midnight.
was just- Yeah.
Oh god. I think Tess did want to talk to me. To be
Oh.
fair.
Yep.
Before we got there.
No, I want to talk to Rex, not the pussy.
Okay. Was he Pride?
No.
The one only.
The city suddenly become Dallas. I feel an Investigator Rogue spin-off coming on.
No.
Thank you for reminding me of Pussy Pride every month, Pyro.
You're welcome.
It's the only way I can remember the bit.
Hey, Liv.
Yeah?
While you're in the process of getting us killed, go ahead.
So as we reach midnight, that last little bit of logic and higher thinking escapes you. And there is nothing but instinct.
I think you would see him sort of looking tense, and then his pupils will just dilate as suddenly there is no more resisting. The metaphorical muscles given out, and it's just relaxed.
It's Bruce. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and there's just a tiger sitting on your lap still. You're warm. You're petting him. But there's no familiar Rhex inflections behind the eyes.
Well, all we have to do is get through this night then.
Did we message you something?
Yep.
Can't wait to see Voltron through.
Clickety clack.
Because we already talked about this in regards to
Yep.
bear shit and Morgana. I think the ruling was it's a curse, not a disease.
Yep.
Turn Morgana to a bear bot. Well, one of those robot banjo playing animatronics.
I agree with
You
all of
are
that,
pretty-
Connor.
Morgana and Kiryu.
No,
Mechagodzilla.
Morgana is Freddy Fazbear. You did the biting face.
Yeah, Morgana got enough going on. Don't infect her with werebear.
I'm not going to. I'd be shot to death with Eldritch Blast.
Give her werewolf. You all gotta get the whole cast of Theranos.
Yeah, werewolf's chaotic evil.
And
I don't think the party wants that.
It doesn't shift too far.
change. It doesn't matter what the party wants.
Does the night go decently?
How is there anything that you all would be discussing or doing throughout the night?
Just watching to make sure the kitty cat behaves itself.
I'm back to at least 20 or 30 feet away, just watching him.
Sister is still waving orchestral music around.
The potential chicken nugget will stay out of view.
So you do not discuss anything with each other.
No.
Nope.
Very long, quiet, but still restful enough to not strain yourselves, since you're just kind of sitting there.
Mhm.
Night passes.
Do I get in a long rest?
Yes, since they have not harassed you and not knocked you unconscious again.
Boom.
Well, let's fix that power shot.
5 hour and 59-minute mark. Harka with a fucking sneak attack.
So,
I love that.
as the morning comes...
Calm. I'm sorry.
Yeah? Comes?
About
As the morning arrives,
Hey, I'm arriving.
Rhex, you start to slowly regain your awareness of things.
Feel the pinprick widening, and you'll see the same kind of intensity of Rex trying to run to the forefront as quickly as he can. And am I de-shifting?
That's up to you.
That's
You
a yes.
still feel that tug of the approaching full moon that begins tonight. Which I'm changing the date in my notes.
How about I roll for it?
Go
With,
ahead.
do you want me to interpret the roll, or do you want to tell me?
Roll and we'll see. I think we
Yeah,
all
yeah,
know what that means.
What kind of roll?
I think we all know what that means.
I rolled a natural 1. I'm still set to GM.
It'll be on the
Unlucky.
VOD.
Hey, you may have guys saying, well, what if you had advantage from what sister did? I rolled a 2 on the other one.
Yeah, it was a 1 and a 2, guys. It's a 6 and a 7 total. So.
So what the wheezing was like, all right, well, that's fate. So the hardest argument of like, oh yeah, sister will give him advantage. You get 2. That is Shane's influence.
I have to keep track of lycanthropy lunar cycles because Pyro, in Connor's game, you chose to embrace it, so you have control over it.
Yeah, because I shifted like 1 tick.
Yep.
He's like what chaotic.
Connor is not embracing it, so I have to keep track of it.
Rhex was chaotic good. I said that
Tiger is neutral.
True
isn't
neutral.
Yes.
True neutral.
And I've talked to Liv extensively about the interpretation of true neutral in it.
Yep.
And I think
especially because even if our interpretations differ, this is still could also be this is what Rhex fears it would be.
Yeah. And so it's
and fear is a powerful motivator. So you
very,
are all there, but you can't quite. You're not sure if it's the lingering effect of losing full control and having that sense, that fear motivation behind it with the lunar eclipse, or if it's because it came so close before a full moon, but you are struggling. You're trying to shift back, but you're not successful.
You'll see Rhex trying, like you'll see the spines on his like dire tiger form kind of twitch, like they're trying to retract and just can't. Like the muscle doesn't have any strength to try and pull it back in. Just frustrated in the corner, just still going.
What do you all do?
Well, if you're stuck like that for now, well, only one more night. Don't strain yourself too hard.
No, the full moon is 3 nights.
Druidcraft, full moon for the next night.
She rolls her eyes. Okay, 3 nights. Huh?
That's a noise.
Is there a window in here?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there are some windows.
I crawl out from under the net excitedly, forgetting like it's for their safety, and run over to the window and like point with my paw. And we'll start channeling a spell.
Self-destruct.
Does anybody run over to see what he's doing?
I mean, still standing there looking at him.
Marco's in a combat stance.
I could technically counterspell it, but I'm not gonna.
And he finishes ritual casting it. And he turns to look with a like very clear, excited look on his face.
What did he cast?
Where are you? Because you may not notice it.
She would have been standing. I don't know how far away the window was, but she would have walked about 10 feet distance from him and stood there.
I've handed the keys to the DM. She'll determine what rolls you need to roll.
Okay. 10 feet from the window, they are smaller windows. I'd say from 10 feet, you don't see anything.
What are you doing, Rhex?
Pointing at the window again. Smacking the wall. Kind of like a cat just wanting to go outside.
You will walk up Won't turn away from him, but will side glance out the window.
Once you get up to the window and you kind of see where he seems to be gesturing, you look up and you notice writing in the sky that says,
I can skywrite! Exclamation point.
"Oh,
And then
that's
you look
what
back
you
and
sent."
just like, yeah.
I'm
And
getting
then you look
Bell
back and just
flashbacks.
like, Wojak, tiger face, just, oh.
Simba. Remember.
Sister will look at that and then glance back and just. That was kind of funny. Well, I guess you can skywrite. I mean, you'll be broadcasting whatever you say to everyone else.
No, not again.
Why, yes, Bellum, that is a fantastic idea.
Fastballs in Fortress of the Artificer.
I feel oddly angry. I don't know why.
He starts cast ritual casting for another message.
After 10 minutes, you see, like, it's, again, I just imagine that especially when you're ritual casting it, like, when you're doing it normally, it's one thing, but when you're ritual casting it, I imagine it's very similar motions to Aang and Katara reforming the clouds in Season 1.
Kind of. His tiger stripes specifically glow a green and blue as he's doing his ritual cast.
Yep.
Any of you guys play a druid in WoW? When they're in cat form and they interact with something and the cat's just doing that little fucking paw motion. That's
Yes.
exactly what I imagine him casting that shit.
Yeah.
The next message that appears is, please tell Tess I'm not mad at her.
Aw.
He seems bad.
Hey Tess, go outside and look in the sky.
Okay.
I go outside and the wind is shifted. Just know I'm mad at Tess.
Oh,
Tell
no.
Tess I'm
Please,
mad at her.
please tell Tess I am mad at her. He just wipes away the knot. Just, she drops to her knees. Just, oh.
It's
Can I
a
get
fucking
much
Walter
higher?
White collapse.
No, you see it as it's written. It's a magical spell.
I
The
mean,
idea of
just
Sister
saying,
being like, hey, look up.
it is a pro city. It's and the wind does fuck with it.
Look
Yeah,
up,
yeah, yeah.
and it just instantly says "fuck you."
Can we get much higher somehow?
Does anyone try to do anything to help him at all, or just let him skywrite?
No, Ma.
I don't
I'm
have
perfectly content with
message.
just speeding through 3 days so we can actually speak.
Do you? I'm gonna assume you say that like to the group as you all are pitching ideas.
Yeah.
You tap and use an action to quickly cast a message so you can drop it pretty quickly. We're in the spell slot.
Just
I need to be trapped. Full moon.
Oh, I'm aware.
Dispel.
tomorrow I'll have a solution to your talking. All right. As to not do completely nothing all day, do you all mind watching over Rhex? I'm going to try to visit the library to see if I can find anything about curses.
Did my gear merge with me, Liv?
Yeah, just like you do for Wild Shape.
Okay.
You don't want to have any thoughts about anything about how to.
Sister,
Yes,
can I go with you?
if you like.
I'll walk up to Harka.
Yes.
Please don't murder him while we're gone.
That's really all up to him at this point.
Her eyes double in size.
Please don't kill him while I'm out.
with I go get my robot papoose and we leave.
Tessa quits.
I look. I have a riding situation with everyone. I'm either dragged around by the head in the sky by Icarus. I have my own little papoose at the back. I've got like
Before Sister lets you into the basket hammock, she will motion for you to head outside, and she will stop next to Harka.
Okay. Mommy and Daddy are talking. You go outside.
After Tess walks out, she will make sure that Icarus can hear it as well. I know that he's in control now. As it gets closer to nighttime, I'll be back here. I would rather not him lose himself while we're not all present.
I strongly agree.
So, if... I don't really have anything that would be able to help you contact us if something does go wrong. Let me look in her inventory, see if she does have anything. Probably not. Nope. We won't be gone long, and we will be back. Try to be back around early afternoon. We won't take any chances.
Right?
And she will nod, and she will head out the door and let Tess into the basket.
Rhex, back under your blanket.
Back under your blanket. Ooh.
Back under your blanket that's laced.
He's looking out the window for a second, and clasps his paws together, almost like in a praying, like plead for a second. And he's trying to focus on a different spell.
Yep.
Walk over to him. Stand next to him.
And I will try and expend the use of wild shape to summon a wild companion, aka find familiar.
What do you summon?
It's a parrot.
Could I summon a parrot or some similar bird that can mimic noises?
Yes. What does
I
it look
summon
like?
Kenku.
Well, not a kenku, but
A cerulean blue tropical bird, like a parrot appears.
yep, it appears. Kind of like perches on your head. Ah! Ah!
Can I try and speak through it? And then you can like see through the familiar. Can I try and go
Make
through its
me a
senses
wisdom
and try
check.
and speak?
It still is a mimicry bird. Has to have heard it.
With a 24. With it being a mimic,
Rhex,
what are you
puppeteering
trying
it.
to communicate?
But first, he just wants Rex or Harker to say something.
Okay.
So it's
Trying
kind
to
of
think
just-
what you would have heard them say that you could get the bird to replicate.
Basically, just doing a dance. Harker could say literally anything, and that's the goal.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to think of what you would have heard
Look at
over
the
past.
bird.
Yeah.
Look at Rhex. Look at the bird. He knows what familiars are.
Yes.
Well, Rhex, that is a very interesting little dance you're doing.
Rex, dance. Doing. Rex, doing. Doing. Do.
Okay, now you're gonna have to rely on Harka's intelligence.
Rely on Harker.
Oh.
7. What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck?
Oh. Oh, no,
Rex,
it's cute.
doing.
Say things I've said.
Say what I said.
What is the point of this?
Rex, say. What, Rhex? Say. Please, God, Icarus, help him. Please, God.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Rex has physically got his face in his paws, just. Oh my God! Yeah.
Icarus, I'm gonna say you get a free reroll on this one because the advantage wouldn't help you, but you are a bird and you are familiar with these types of birds.
Okay, it looks
No.
like you should have found someone who's
All
smarter
birds
than
work
me
the
to do
same, right?
this.
No, but you are familiar enough with these kinds of birds. You've known other Aarakocra that kind of have these sort of like almost a tick, where like if someone says something and they find it really funny, that they'll just like mimic it. So with a 17, yeah, you are picking up like, okay, this is Yes, it's very much it's definitely it's the autistic Aarakocra that are like it's the echolalia, but it's the tism. It's the tism. I would say it is easier for you to understand and figure out like. Have you ever seen those game shows where you have to try and get people to guess the words without saying the words? Like $1 Million Pyramid, shit like that, where you're looking at the word and you have to give clues to try and get them to say a specific word. It's like that. You're really good at playing those games.
Are you muted, Icarus?
I've been muted this entire time. I am so sorry.
No!
Oh, man.
Welcome back.
The pain.
know
Um.
it.
That was Norman last night.
Okay, so yeah, I get it. So I'm just going to start saying keywords like Tess, Sister, Arca, Icarus, Rex. And then I will just start spouting off random useful words like with, away, to, from,
With a
stuff like
17
that.
in intelligence, you gather that there is likely some lunar connection here, and you might want to mention some of those related words. Of like, oh, this might have something to do with that. Let me give him those words in his lexicon.
Okay. Lunar eclipse, and then I'll start counting 1 through 10, and then hours, and then days.
Then Harker's gonna say the word stuck.
Rex stuck lunar from moon
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How long?
3 moon Rex
Days?
moon
3 moons, I think.
That can be
Pause at his
translated
nose.
to days.
Pause his nose. Sister Tess moon 2 moon
Damn it, Moon.
When you're thinking about Moon, and you're thinking about Rex, and why he's so specific about the moon, both of you probably, especially Harka with the 15 insight and the 17 intelligence, with both of that, with him really focusing on Moon, you realize that you remember a while ago in a temple, an old temple, meeting someone very specific to Rex.
I think meeting the actual moon was pretty significant.
Is that a dwarf I hear in the warehouse?
Yo, what's up?
It's not a meta pigeon, that's
It's a meta dwarf.
I think they're not using their intelligence very likely.
But you would both kind of remember that and be like, is this what he's talking about? Do I need to give him that word?
Do you remember the moon god name?
Moon
Or do
god.
you remember
Moon
what
god.
he calls her?
Moon god.
Mama. Ma.
You
Well-
need to speak to the moon god? Yes, no.
No. Yes. To moon god, speak.
Okay.
From.
Do we need to take
Yes,
you to
yes.
the temple again?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck. So fucking far away.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
No.
Another world map.
So you're
Yes.
stuck like this until we get you to talk to the moon god.
No.
Why won't you
No.
let sister? Oh, that's not gonna fucking work.
Where's that goddamn fucking temple live?
It would have been
Can
somewhere
sister
in here.
just steer your goddamn
Gonna-
lycanthropy?
Would have been somewhere around
No.
here. Ish.
Oh,
Why?
It was on the way to Asmar,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
so it would have been
You really just
between
asked me
here,
why.
which is Cressa,
Yes.
or sorry, it would have been somewhere around here. Yeah.
Tiger gives you the broad face.
Do you have any idea how
I think-
hard it will be to transport you like this that far?
Rhex. Two. Points towards like the wall of the city. 2. Moon. Rhex 2.
Yeah, I'll throw you at the fucking moon.
Nod.
Sister
Ooh,
and Tess,
Tom.
how long do you stay away?
Would have went to the library, and then would have tried to get back to the place around 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock,
Okay.
maybe.
So yeah, you'd probably still be gone at this point. While this is happening, you've gotten somewhere in this conversation. Let's go
Yeah.
over to the girls at the library.
Girls trip.
What are we doing for the
Or-
girls' trip at the library, ladies?
Looking for info on curses.
Curses in general or specific types?
2 different things, or therianthropy, and then just like catalogs of histories of curses.
Okay, so therianthropy is just the got it. I was like, why do you keep using that word? Okay,
That's regular.
because
that's
lichen
like
is
what, where
wolf
blank.
specific. Got it.
yeah, lycanthropy is.
Which one are you
Usually-
looking for first?
Therianthrope stuff.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Tess is assisting her.
Okay, advantage.
What's your investigation score?
Sister's investigation's a 3.
I have a 4. Would you like me to roll?
Too late.
Okay.
18.
18.
Okay. With
I'm
an
not gonna guide him
18,
because this would be a while.
with an 18, you find a couple of books that are related to therianthropy, kind of talking about basic things that you already knew, like the different alignments, and like accepting it gives you a great deal more control over it, but it will kind of shift the cursed person's nature to be more like that of the therianthrope that cursed them. Some new information that you glean is that length of time cursed does seem to have an effect in those that have not fully embraced it. That it almost seems to grow like a plant, that it starts as a seed, and it's much easier to remove a seed from soil before it grows roots. But it's still possible. Unfortunately, it is like a plant, but it is not actually a plant. But,
Did I stutter?
and the thing that
Silence.
I think sticks out to you the most is that it seems to be that this is not just like generic, like, oh, we've compiled sources. It seems to be that this is almost a journal, or like one specific person's anecdotes about these.
Who's the author?
The author. The name at the back of the book is Aura Siltfingers.
Never heard of her.
Let me see, probably whereabouts it would say she's from. Let me look at.
What did it say?
Well, it would say, like, it would give. Sometimes they'll have like little blurbs like that, like, oh,
Am I
that'll
reading a biography?
like a little. There's a little like about the author.
But it's a never mind. Just
Was that
Let me
Mufasa? I
see.
didn't catch that.
Like a little about the author. She would be from.
So,
When?
What?
When?
Gesundheit.
This fucking place.
A small
Let's see
hamlet on the western edge of the basin, Huen's economy is supported by the many alchemists that have made their homes there.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, it's basically gives a little bio of Aura, that she
So
seems to be a
basically-
bit of a recluse, but
He's
she is well known within the small town.
He's the opposite direction we have to go. So, sister,
Yes.
this seems to be a oddly written book, like it was by someone talking about their own issues. And it appears the person's from Gwen. We should keep that information in the back of our pocket.
It doesn't seem very far from
Yeah.
sorry. So we could possibly travel there to ask them.
Yeah. It's only about 200 fucking minutes. No, wait, hang on. That's around the lake, and we just there we go. 250.
Yeah, 250 is how
250.
that would take about 8 days. Actually, no, 10 days.
A normal feat.
Huh?
Never mind, I'm not there.
So,
I shoot the pigeon.
so that is what you find in your first search. What is the second thing you were looking for?
Catalogs of histories of curses, specifically looking for things that are similar to
Iris?
Icarus's wife.
Iris's
Yes.
curse? Make me another investigation check at advantage. Or you can have Tess do it.
Yes, you can do this one.
Advantage.
12.
What have you done?
What
With a
did you do to
12,
my wife? You did to my wife.
with a 12, you don't find a lot. You find a lot of history of curses, and that there are two types of... that curses generally fall into one of two categories. That there are simple curses, which are cast with spells like Bestow Curse or Hex, something like that. These either have a set duration that is typically no longer than a few days at the most, or are easily removed by something very simple and easy to find, like drinking a potion of healing, taking a long rest, casting Remove Curse, things like that, killing the caster. Those are simple curses.
Oh, murder.
Then there are
okay.
things Then there are things called... I don't like the word complex curses.
Hexes,
Hardcore.
long
There's a word, and I have it, and it's on the tip of my tongue.
Greater ingrained curses.
Greater curses.
perhaps?
Let's call it greater curses for now, and I reserve the right to change it if I
Cool.
think of a better word. But greater curses. So simple curses and greater curses. Greater curses are much more difficult to cast. They usually require expensive and or rare components that are consumed in the casting of the spell. The cast time is significantly longer and requires more energy expended by the caster. And these can target from anywhere, similar to Psychic Lance, where all you need to know is the name. They can target from anywhere. They typically have a much more severe effect, and they tend to be indefinite. They are much more complicated to dispel. A normal remove curse will not touch it. The most it will do is keep the effects at bay for a little bit, or prevent it from worsening or spreading if it is that kind of curse. You gather from this reading that Iris is probably afflicted with a greater curse. And that dispelling it in general is likely out of the realm of possibility, but reversing it...
killing the caster.
You gather that killing the caster of a greater curse, if anything, in some cases, you actually do see this written, that it is not recommended to kill the caster of a greater curse, because while it is possible that it will break the curse, or allow the curse to be broken, that's the word, not dispelled, broken. It is also possible, in certain cases of greater curses, that if the caster is dead, it cannot be broken.
Hang on, sister, I'm arguing with the voices in my head, but what if we made them break it? What if we coerced them? At violent gunpoint, I mean, both of them.
Let's just say they're talking to herself, eyes crossed.
What?
Probably
What?
not.
What? Oh, what? Huh? Oh, yeah. Exposition.
We still have time. We can take a look around later, but we need to get back.
Okay.
By the time you get back, I feel like Icarus, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Icarus, Harka, and Rhex are still stuck in the loop of Rhex go moon, and Harka being like, I'll throw you at the fucking moon, and Rhex is like, Rhex go moon.
Tiger Rex looks like he's on the verge of tears.
Yes.
They still want to
Rhex
stop to buy
go
food for everybody.
moon!
Like buy ingredients to cook for everybody.
Yes.
They haven't even given him the phrase more words.
Nope. It's just, we're stuck in this loop now. We've gotten as far as we can get.
Tess is just sitting in the back of her crib and just playing with her
I
Yeti.
feel like, especially because you've now mentioned that you are getting ingredients, so, sister, what you and Tess arrive back to, are we all familiar with the gif of the scene from Community? When Troy walks into the room with the pizzas,
Yeah.
and everything's on fire, and it's that. You walk in and you're just like,
lean
what?
over her shoulder.
Sister is walking in like a low middle class mom, paper
Yep.
bag full of groceries.
Yep.
Tess hanging out of the basket, and comes in to see Rhex in cat form with ears.
Dad and Uncle
sitting
just
there.
kind of looking at him, confused.
Prepared on his head. Rex, go moon!
What the hell?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out for a while.
Hell? Rex in hell?
Yeah,
Why
so
are
is
we
Harka,
talking
buddy.
about the moon?
he wants to go to the moon and something about the moon goddess, and he's gonna
Come
be
on.
stuck like this until he gets to talk to the moon goddess.
Come on, Rex, use some words.
Snarls.
She turns and looks at Rex. So you need to speak to the moon goddess about your were-tiger spirit
Yes.
or something.
Yes.
Is it imperative to removing it or fixing it?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes.
Is it
Stick
Both.
glares at him.
first, second, or both?
Fixing.
There's a word we could use to
Okay.
imply an increase in.
Well, we're a little far away from the moon temple, Rex.
Are there more moon temples? Are there any nearby? Maybe we can ask one of these fucking gods that we're
I will
saving.
remind you that the one that you came across, this is a reminder to the whole party, that the one that you came across was ancient and abandoned and
Yeah.
mostly ruined.
Yeah, there could be more ruins. I don't think I know. Ask Cord, the sky.
I
Temple,
guarantee you,
sister?
I guarantee you, Tess, that it
Yeah.
would be faster to go to the one that we know its location than to scour the planet.
It doesn't hurt to
Oh, that's
ask. They've done fuck all besides. So are the mountains. We literally
That is
went around and
You have your
teleported.
maps, you have your continent maps spread out on one of the crates.
That is 20 days away, assuming that we manage to travel 24
Across
hours
the
every day.
mountains.
Rex,
And the
go.
mountains probably cause a problem.
We circled the continent.
Huh?
We
Rex, go.
teleported.
No, you're not going by yourself.
Rex eat people.
No, you're a danger to the people around you. Someone needs to babysit you.
Looking for words.
Look, once this full moon's over, we'll have about 30 days. So we can reasonably make it back there.
He's apparently stuck in this form.
Are you stuck as that?
No, yes.
Are you stuck as that for now, but not
Yes.
later?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
So, once the full moon's over, you'll be back to yourself.
Yes. No.
Maybe.
Sister turns towards
Maybe.
Harper.
Maybe.
Sister, make Sister and Tess, or
Yeah.
let me rephrase.
Kindly
Anyone
give
who
me the
is
word.
proficient in Arcana or
Hello.
religion,
Well,
and they will get you
well-
different answers.
How about
Hello,
this
my
one,
name is
Rex?
Mark
I
Black.
don't know.
Arcana
I
or
don't
religion.
You should
Hello,
help
my
large
name is
sigh
Okay.
of relief.
25. Okay. So, Tess,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the word.
you know that why ever he is stuck is less to do with the full moon and more to do with the lunar eclipse specifically. Sister. So I would say, Tess, you share that, and sister, this gives you the piece of the puzzle that you need. You know that Rex has this very special connection with Mama Moon. And when Tess tells you that it's something about the lunar eclipse, it clicks in your head. He was cut off from his connection during the eclipse. When the moon was eclipsed, Rex's connection was cut off completely. And for some reason, he hasn't yet reestablished it. And
And she
that's
was
what
the
he's
one-
trying to communicate.
And she was the one helping you keep it under control. if I
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
If only we
Well-
had more.
Once we get through this full moon, we need to make it back there then.
Moon help.
Ah.
Moon help, Rex.
Well, I mean, we did save a lot of time getting teleported here from the Frozen Tower, so perhaps we do have the time to take a detour before we get to Datar's.
Which I find irritating.
I know. Well, we can still hold up the promise of the Cordian clerics. We can simply reach those streams that reach up to Kindo or Kido. It'll save us some time. We just have to get a smaller ship.
Tess, sister, fine? Nuzzling towards like the books and notes you took.
Oh, we were looking at curses. There is a person in Huen who's been going through similar things to you that we might be able to visit, but that's directly opposite direction of the Moon Temple, as she
Tries to
gives
nuzzle
like
with her notes.
She will open it up and set it on the ground.
Reading.
You're reading it. Yeah.
Just one talon just flips the page.
You get the same information.
When?
So low effort.
Help, Rhex? Similar, help?
Yes,
That implies the next
that
answer.
was. Well, if they've lived with it for long enough to publish a book, I think they have a little bit more knowledge than us.
He claw pokes at the word alchemist.
That too. That's curious. Maybe they
God.
found an alchemy concoction that can help them contain it.
Rhex alchemy.
Yes, you do alchemy. If they could teach you, perhaps you can manage it yourself.
Yes.
She gives a kind of not annoyed smile, but almost. Rhex, they're in different directions. Do you want help from your mom, or do you want help from the
God.
alchemist?
Alchemist.
I swear to your God.
Okay,
You're trying. If this is a
sister,
roundabout way to become a blood
when
hunter, I
you
will
say
kill your
help from your
soul.
mom, you have a little bit of a thought. I mean, you're a cleric. You get help from your god. Hmm.
Am I
There's
supposed to ask Saren Ray
something?
to come down here?
No. I
think she
mean,
means me.
well,
I think
so
she
so
means
here's the
me.
thing. I'm gonna roll with that. Do you think you should ask Saren Ray to come help? No. But the thought is, do you think you should ask her? And guess whose temple you're not in right now?
Saren Ray's temple's way the fuck over there.
I know it is!
No, I think she's trying to say is he should just try to talk to mom now.
Thank you, Norman.
And Harka's gonna just kind of light bulb moment.
The brain cells
Can't you
finally
just
clack
talk to
together.
your
there.
Can't you just talk to your god at any time you want by
Thank you.
praying?
I'm dying.
The like collective ... bubble appears against above everyone else.
That's right as an arrow.
Tess is like, I better
He's gonna
fucking not.
Look at Rhex and go, have you not tried to pray to her at all through this?
Did you pray? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Okay, listen. As Harka says that, the camera is panned behind Sister, and you're going to hear, which doesn't make sense at all, you're going to hear a vein pop out of her head, and she's going to walk up to Rhex and kneel in front of him.
He looks like Willem Dafoe style, just up at you.
And hold on, I need to find the picture. She's just smiling at Rhex like this.
In his defense,
Even try this whole time.
in his defense, you gather with his connection severed, he would not have been able to during the eclipse.
But it's
We've
been hours.
We've been here for like 8 hours.
I kept being like, oh, she's not there, and I kept being, I really thought that he'd be like, I'm gonna reach out to her. I'm just sitting here going,
Rex will
nothing.
slink over to an open area and start drawing a circle with his tail.
Oh.
So Connor,
Okay, let me
was the
compose
extra
Can I
hour
myself.
kill
of
him
sleep
now?
worth?
No.
Was the extra hour of sleep worth it? Did you get enough brain power to work? Because
Yes.
that went over.
Sister will stand up, have that same face, will walk over, grab the bag of groceries.
Yeah, Tess, so just sitting there holding it, you're looking terrified,
gonna
and
go
she can see your
cook.
aura,
Let her cook.
the mom aura.
And she will turn to look at everyone. I will be
Harker's gonna
cooking.
do the standard dad. It wasn't fucking me motion. Go, whoa.
I will be cooking when he's finished.
We're gonna
He
stay out of
should
your
be
way.
done. And then she will just turn around and head to a makeshift cooking station, and we'll get started.
Easy enough.
The
Rex,
angry
you
mom
finish.
chopping, just slapping the fuck out of
Nobody
that
helps me
cutting
in this
board.
fucking
Just-
kitchen.
Sister is now very proficient with knives at the moment.
Tess,
Rex, you
not
finish the
knowing-
circle.
He kind of loafs and tries to meditate and reach out. Like, this was probably a smart idea. She's gonna kill me when I get
You
back to
kinda
the
like-
humanoid form.
As reaching out towards where you normally feel, where do you normally feel the connection with Mama?
On my body?
In your soul, on your body? Decide.
A warm feeling in his chest, usually.
Yeah, you reach out for that sensation, and where before you felt absence, with this knowledge, with this kind of moment of clarity, because just not feeling it there, it scared you and it felt like absence, but feeling this wall, you're able to kind of push it to the side, and suddenly this feeling kind of floods back into you all at once.
Then you also feel a slap in the back of your head as your mom goes,
Bonk.
"Was that so fucking hard?"
No, you hear, oh baby, there you are.
Oh, I forgot he's a fucking Southern Belle. Jesus Christ.
Only for Rex.
Yeah.
Mama.
Where have you been? I
There-
couldn't
there's-
see you for a while.
There was
Oh,
an
bless
eclipse.
your heart.
Bless
There
your
was an
brain.
eclipse. I lost myself to my curse. I still haven't recovered.
Baby, I'm so sorry. These eclipses, it's hard for me sometimes because I can't influence. I'm blocked. But what happened, baby? You just...
I don't know how long I can maintain our talk, so I'll summarize that my group has reason to, my friends have reason to distrust me. I don't think I bit or turned anyone, but they had to hunt me down, and I can't turn back into myself.
Are you sure?
I tried.
Sister told you that you turned me, buddy.
You have a massive dent in
Wait,
your
no,
shoulder.
hang on. Suddenly I remember I turned Harka, and then I didn't
The
turn
voice
anybody that
kind of
stuck.
pauses for a moment. I don't feel any new connections, so I don't think he still is, baby.
Okay, that's good.
You also know that I went and got that shit cured.
Yes.
For free.
For free!
I can't even talk to them right now and say that I'm sorry.
Well, it'll
I
come.
didn't-
It'll come, baby.
I didn't know what was happening. Before I knew it, I was just prowling and in the back seat of my own body. I didn't have time to try and wake them up.
Well,
I just
what brought it on? Do you know?
I was feeling restless the night before, but I thought it was just the approaching full moon.
Was there
Then-
anything else? Any sort of something that happened or something you
There was-
felt?
And there was a bit of a tense moment in the group.
Well, that certainly doesn't help.
I went out and traveled and comforted some of the party members. I wild shaped into a cat, not a tiger, and then brought him back to their rooms, gave them privacy, but I went back while Hark was sleeping, but I passed out and then woke up. I was crawling through the streets, becoming a tiger, and with what little I had, I tried to get somewhere secluded. It gets a bit foggy.
Probably when I lost you.
I remember a foggy, really awful smell, and then waking up here in the warehouse.
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry.
I think I didn't trust them. I ran away. I didn't
Why don't
have.
you trust them, baby?
I
These
do.
are
I didn't get the
friends.
choice. I woke up and I was already moving.
Well, sweetheart, I know this stuff very well. I do have a little bit of influence over it, and so I do know it's not going to entirely act on its own. It might be things you haven't consciously acknowledged yet, but if the beast didn't trust them, that's because a part of you didn't either.
It just fully stops. It's a lot to unpack right now.
You gotta address it, baby.
Okay. We can deal with that once I can talk like a person again. What can I do to try and get things back under control as quickly as possible? We talked about some alchemist in Huen, the lost temple near Cressa.
Well, I don't think you need to come all the way over here, though I don't mind you paying me a visit. You're always welcome, but I think you'll be just fine. Though the alchemist wouldn't be a bad person to visit, but I think you'll be just fine. And you kind of feel the sensation of your head being pat, and the connection recedes to where it normally is. And you look down at your scaled hands.
Gets up from the loafing position. Hot dog!
I love that that's the first thing you say.
He turns and slowly looks at them, probably still very pissed at him. I did it!
He moved too quickly. Everyone roll initiative.
No, he's back at Rhex.
He can actually talk, and he's
He
Rhex.
is back in full Rhex form. You gather at this point that it was the blocking of the connection kind of blocked his ability to have a bit more control over it. And so he still has the standard, like, tufts of orange striped fur poking out between his gator lizard folk scales. But this is Rhex as you know him, if a bit furrier.
Okay, so it's not quite as quickly, but there's a little white missile that just impacted your midriff.
Let me roll the contested check for this grapple.
Yeah.
It catches you midair, and then pulls you in close.
She ugly crying. What?
There. I look at sister with fear in my eyes. She's still holding the knife.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sister, I mean, how long were you talking with her?
5 minutes.
How long were you talking with Mama? Yeah, she would still be cooking, but she would have finished.
She looks a little bit. She almost looks. Oh no, she's a Warforged. No, darn. I was about to say she looks a little teary-eyed, and then you notice the onion. But superior Warforged.
Yes.
I got last full moon. After I got over the hump, I was able to make a roll where Mama was able to help me not go feral at all. Like just stay relaxed. Do I get the feeling that I'm gonna be able to do that now?
Yeah, probably.
Hell yeah.
It'll certainly give you a more modicum of control. There are still. It's basically going to be that, like, in regular day-to-day, like, you're cooking a meal, you're reading a book, you're taking a long rest, she's going to be able to help you with the roll, and kind of keep you balanced out. If you are in a very high-intensity situation, like, very stressed out, you're almost on death's door hit point wise. You see a party member go down in an intense combat. Situations like that. Around the full moon, that is, she's going to have a lot less power over helping you.
Okay. Rex will walk over, still holding the sort of front backpack Tess. Just gently petting her head. I need to apologize. I didn't consciously try and run away from you all, but after a talk with my mama, I found out that it is some unconscious thing in me that I need to work through, that the beast latched on to try and hide. I am very deeply, truly sorry, not only for running, but for attacking you and turning you, and I would like to try and prevent it from happening again.
Oh, I know a way we can do that.
Please don't kill me.
We can cure you.
Harka, did you have a cleric remove the curse from you earlier, or?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Because I kept remove curse in case you did not. But the whole time that Rex was talking, Sister wouldn't have turned away from her food making, but until the part about the trust thing, which she would have stopped moving.
In response to Harka, I'd like to say, when he said we could just get rid of it, Rex would like to respond to him, I cannot part with it.
And why is that?
I can feel connected to my mom all the time.
You have just proven that you are a danger to this party and a danger to those around you because of it.
There are things there are things we can do to try and curtail the danger.
Unless it is a 0% chance that you'll do something like that again, it's not something I can tolerate.
At the moment, as I understand it, in these full moons, barring some celestial event like the eclipse, as long as I'm not being attacked, I'll be mellow like I was kind of last night and the last full moon after my first.
So what I'm hearing is this is likely to happen again.
It'd be rare for a lunar eclipse to hit again, so close to the full moon, but
Damn.
What imagine if the cosmic said
that's the only reason I rolled it, is because I was like, that'd be really funny.
It turns into a cat and Maul's test. There we go.
I just immediately lunged on Harka, turn him again.
So what I'm hearing is that yes, it's likely to happen again eventually.
It could happen again. I wouldn't say likely.
And that is not a risk I'm willing to take. It's a risk you're willing to take, though. Ooh. That you'll kill some innocent person.
Ooh.
I'm going to set Tess down.
There's something that can very simply be done to prevent that from ever happening.
No.
And because it makes you feel closer to your mama goddess,
nope.
You don't want to get rid of it, even though you can quite literally draw a circle in the ground and talk to her.
That's part of what I get with this. I
will put it simply to you at this point, Rex. Either get it cured or find a new traveling partner.
Ooh.
What?
Big talk, Harka. Kind of slowly settle up.
Don't say.
What are you really trying to say?
Get it cured. Period.
What?
If I ever find out you attack someone else again, I will come and I will hunt you down to the ends of the earth, and I will put you in the ground.
No. No, please.
This I swear as a vow.
Vengeance Paladin moment.
Harkin, no.
I will not allow you to ever harm an innocent person when there is something you can do about it.
He just looks at you. Okay. You still traveling with us then, or you gonna head out here where you've got your bounty?
So you're going to live with it then.
Hey, Liv, this is a disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
5. Okay.
I know.
$5 foot long.
Long.
Any. Rhex is still kind of squared up to him. I asked you a question, Harka. Are you still traveling with us, or are you choosing to leave?
Oh!
Oh. Tess screaming.
No. No.
Head 180s like an owl.
Both eyes are ice blue.
Tess.
Oh. No.
Her breath is frosting out, and there's covering her arms. She's just shaking.
Sister will finally turn around.
Okay, hold on. Mom needs to intervene.
That's different.
Her scarf falls off, and there's just a pulsing black mark on her chest.
Oh.
No.
Is it like a symbol?
Yes.
Can I make some sort of check to identify it?
Let me go and get it, because I changed it from the other one that wasn't loose shit.
I didn't
Code
know it was
Gas.
from Code Gas. I never
Code
watched Code
Gas.
Gas.
Code
No,
gas.
Code Goose.
Is there something we can roll to try to identify it?
What the fuck is it?
Do you think?
Yeah,
It
nice
should
shit.
probably be
Copy image.
messaging Pyro.
If fucking there we go. Thanks, Discord. Okay.
I'm about to try as hard as I can for a fucking nature check. Oh.
I'm glad that Liv won't hear this.
You're correct. I did not hear that, and neither did the recording.
Good. I didn't need it. Promise.
Can I
I'm
make
waiting
a
to hear from
nature
Pyro.
check?
Okay, you
I have
can
a
make
feeling it's the
Arcana
same
or
thing.
Nature.
Okay, nature it is. Oh,
Anyone can make these checks.
I don't have guidance, damn it!
And I'm too
Ooh.
far away to guide you.
I took resistance.
Oh, okay.
Noob.
Bring
19.
Okay. Sister, you don't know what this is. Harka, it looks strange, but you can't identify it. Icarus and Rhex, you know that it is fey in nature. Pyro, if you would like to specify what it is that they see.
As you see a pulsating black ice-looking mark on Tess's collarbone above her heart, it is distinctly shaped like a snowflake. Very jagged looking.
What do we know about Fey Quartz?
That's up to that's up to Liv.
I've done a lot of reading on nature
With
stuff.
the Arcana and the nature
spirits.
checks, you would. Pyro, would you like me to DM or say it out loud?
You may say it out loud.
I may say it out loud. This is the mark. Why didn't I put it in my notes? Probably because I saw it when we were... I'm just making sure I get the name right.
Let me message you something real quick.
I know I pinned it. There it is.
Hang on, let me message some.
Real quick, gonna copy paste this into my Obsidian notes. The mark of, why didn't I put this in my notes? I know I had this. That's exactly what the mark is. You know this is from the Winter Courts.
Mm-hmm.
And You look upon this. I will let that be up to you, Pyro.
I'm thinking I want it to be specific. Like this one is that one.
This is a symbol of the Knight of the Winter Court of the Fae.
K-N-I-G-H-T?
K-N-I-G-H-T.
Okay.
A Winter Knight of the Winter Court, and thinking about who is in charge. Known oftentimes by her formal title of the Queen of Air and Darkness, colloquially called Queen Mab. You realize this is a mark of servitude.
Oh.
I can't let you go again. I can't let them go again. No.
Rhex is slowly approaching. Well, he's crouching down, but kind of quickly shuffling because she's clearly having a meltdown. But he's not rushing to her to freak her out. He's just kind of quickly approaching.
Really cold in this warehouse right now.
He's got fur.
Probably good.
Little tufties.
He will get into melee range. Let me know if I ever take cold damage. Yes. Look at me. Look at me. No. Don't. Stop thinking. Just look at me. Look at me. Does she?
Does she?
She does. Eyes are noticeably twitching.
Ooh, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna try and pull her into a bear hug and wild shape into a bear.
You punch the cold.
She's probably freezing cold, but he's gonna try and become a furry friend-shaped bear and give her a hug. It's
you
okay.
shape just fine.
Do I take any cold damage? Because that's what
see.
I'm thinking of like an ice cold stethoscope going to get your pulse.
Pyro?
Suck.
Do it.
Do it.
Ayo.
Test
I will now. All right.
This creates fabricate.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Fabricate 9th level MacBook.
Creation.
Only
Test contagion and give you ligma.
balls.
What's ligma? Ligma balls.
Instant death.
Tess screams and writhes in your grasp.
He's just kind of clutching it, not trying to smother you, but just like a toddler having a meltdown. He's just like giving you someone.
What's my spell save DC?
Like a grounding hold.
What is your spell save DC?
Maybe a con save.
Con save? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. 17.
Alright, so you'll only take half as Tess screaming just fires off her breath weapon.
Ooh.
Which
I would say with you trying to smother her up in a bear hug, you take the full brunt of it, Rhex. So no one else is in the way of it.
Technically it's an 18, but it doesn't matter. But
take 10 cold damage.
Okay. 10 off of the bear. Just still holding you. Ooh. And I look over at Sister, my eyes are just big, like and there's definitely like frost on the fur.
Oh.
You've got to be shitting me.
I can't remember. Lordy!
Rocking her, trying to be gentle.
She sinks her claws in your fur, and they get frozen to you. She's just in there.
Okay.
You ever try to hold a blender? Inside the blender.
He's holding on. He's taking whatever damage
I
you do.
unplug a blender. Make me a wisdom save.
Boom.
Hey, Blunder.
You lose some things chasing a tree.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up?
Make me a wisdom save. I know how to turn off a blender.
Yes. Boink.
That's an old person?
Yes.
I'm getting the information for what happens as Tess sinks her icy claws into you, though.
Oh. I'm petrified as I turn to solid ice.
No. You
Magically,
take
I
5
don't have
cold
calm
damage.
emotions prepped.
I had to look up ice knife.
Okay,
Ooh.
so is she technically being grappled right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harka is going to remove his maul and start moving forward and just drop her.
Here we go again.
Bonk time.
Looks at you confused.
Hold
Drop
on.
her, or I'll put you both down.
Icarus, at this point, I think will interpose.
Oh.
There's no need for that.
I'm not
don't
gonna
need to
kill
always.
her. I'm gonna knock her out.
She's
Just like
a
I did him.
baby.
Shakes his head no.
What is wrong with you people?
You
They
can't
are
squeeze your thumb.
dangers to us. To them. Points just out.
Sister will get between Harka and them, standing alongside Icarus. Everyone has the capacity to be dangerous, Harka.
Even the most pretty rose has thorns.
They aren't roses. They're poison ivy.
I'll drop wild shape. We're people, Harka.
Oh.
I'm still holding Tess.
I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna see if I'm coherent enough to hear that.
I'm just here.
The DM, when the party is role playing for 30 minutes straight, and they don't say a damn thing.
Can I be casting resistance on Tess?
Uh-huh.
The idea is that hopefully like these saves of her trying to get herself together,
Uh-huh.
in narrative it might just be the hug, but I have the cantrip resistance I'd like to use mechanically on her.
Yeah, roll a d4, Tess.
Sorry, sister. I know that
you
doesn't help
set the
you.
DC for this the same way I do for Rhex.
Yeah.
I've got her still facing away as I'm turning back. We're people, Harka.
I am aware of that, but you are dangerous to people. You can't control yourself when you're in your tiger. She is apparently having trouble controlling herself right now.
Oh.
Tess, shake her a little bit. Tess, you there?
He'll put his hammer down. Let me see her.
No. I
I'm
think
not
you
gonna
said quite
fucking-
enough.
I'm not going to hurt her. She's no longer a danger.
He snarls, crocodile style. I said no. Back up.
He'll just keep moving forward. Either bite me or don't. And he's going to roll a medicine check on her. Can I do that?
I gotta make an attack first.
Oh, he's a
Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit.
It's
Oh.
primal
We might want to
savagery.
roll We might want to roll
But
Oh
initiative though.
no,
before that,
guys,
I'm gonna interject
please.
something. I'm interjecting again. I'm gonna. I want you to roll an opposing athletics at disadvantage because you're now swinging at him.
Are you
and I'm
hoping I fail against the one?
I have advantage.
Oh, okay. I was like, 16.
Tess is trying to squirm out of your grasp.
If he feels you trying to squirm out of, if I look down, are you still like frothing in the mouth, feral?
No.
Where is sister?
Sister was between Harka and you, but Harka probably pushed past her.
Would I be able
At a
to?
strength of 9. There's
Can
no
we
way
do a
I'm
minor
stopping that
retcon
motion
where
from
I
walking
pass
past
Tess
me.
to sister before I walk up to Harka to have us have our having it out?
You JoJo posing right now?
Is
I'm about to
everybody okay
fucking-
with that?
Sister will be tossed Tess, basically, and will catch her before she realizes that those two are about to start duking.
Not joking.
As he comes up, he's moving with intent. As I said, no. I'm assuming he grabbed his hammer to move in. Rhex makes the first strike and claws
He
you
set his
across the
hammer
middle.
down.
Oh, please. please.
Well,
I don't
when
currently have my maul on me.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
No, when she went limp, he put it down and moved forward to do a medicine check.
How do I phrase this so Rex isn't an asshole? He tries to swat as a warning, but is a little too close. And just
No.
catches you with it.
No.
Alright.
Why?
'Cause, I mean, I did already roll to hit. I don't want to
And
reverse
you
the thing I already
fucking
said
hit.
I did. I did. And I don't want to reverse the thing I did. Yeah, that's primal savagery. It fucking hurts.
I told you, sister, I'm not a good person.
And Harka's gonna bonus action magic weapon his fists, because it's all he's fucking got. And he's gonna take a swing at the fucking lizard.
Roll to hit.
Uh-huh.
Plus 1, so 15.
AC 17.
Uh,
Block it on scales.
Alright.
Harka, back down. This isn't gonna end well.
oh, please.
20.
So, what? I take 6 damage.
6 damage plus this.
Oh, you're smiting.
Yes, please, Icarus. It is absolutely possible. Please do it. Please,
Oh,
Nacier, be here to save me this time.
X, go and give it.
Please, Nacier.
I need, as Icarus is about to do something, you two need to give me wisdom saves.
Please.
Oh, okay. 26.
15.
Make it. You don't.
What do I do? What is it about my game?
So, Harka, after you,
Oh god, Liv's having the test meltdown
after you
IRL.
dish out the lightning of vengeance into Rex's face, you feel as you're trying to pull your fist back, it does not come back. Hey, get out of here, Fractal. As you are now paralyzed, and Sister will very swiftly, well, she would have already done that. She would have set Tess down right behind her, and then she will interpose and get in Rex's face. And she looks
They're bludgeoning
furious.
weapons, right? Because I wasn't quite done with that. Fist
What?
or bludgeoning?
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was my
Uh-huh.
plan. I was gonna push him 5 feet away so I could walk back and get my hammer. But I'm paralyzed,
Icarus,
so
go!
I'm stuck here. But you were pushed 5 feet from me.
Icarus would like to fly up in the air and cast Gust of Wind on the both of them.
Please.
Well, Sister gets gusted too because she's in the middle of it.
I'll say it's happening at the same time.
Hey, Liv, I messaged you something.
I saw that. I said, yeah.
It's a good thing I'm avoiding strong emotions right now.
Well, I'm paralyzed. I can't.
Paralyzed
Succeeded,
is
man.
automatically fail.
Yes. So I am pushed back.
Why is it my game?
And you link Gust of
Liv,
Wind, so I know
you
you're
talked
done.
about the community scene. That's happening right now.
Why is it always
Gust of Wind.
my game?
Push 15 feet away. Okay.
I mean, you could angle it to where we're pushed somewhat away from each other.
I was thinking more of trying to push y'all down into the ground to where y'all can
Oh!
move.
Okay, so I'm prone
Oh.
And paralyzed.
and
I'm about to be
Fuck.
prone.
What's the save on this?
DC 14 strength save.
Ugh.
Okay.
Sister's prone.
Oh, I rolled a 19. Sorry, I was still set to G.
It's on the VOD. Oh,
Where is
Pyro.
Tess?
You don't see her?
Do I smell her?
No.
You pass your save.
I did. I rolled a 19.
Has probably fucking dipped after that. Sister is on the ground on her knees trying to stay out from the gust.
I will shout at Rex while I'm holding this. If I notice that Tess isn't there too, go find her, get out of here real quick. We're gonna try and cool things down.
And I will immediately run out. Familiar in the air is going to start searching away from me. Summon Beast of the air is going to go in another direction, and I'm going to be running in another. So I've got 3 units.
Alright, well, let
Searching.
me...
Familiar is not concentration, so I can do all of them.
for directing.
Mhm.
Which way are you going? You're up here.
I also don't remember where we came from, so first, can I make
Here!
my Rex? Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he doesn't know where like the inn and stuff are. He doesn't remember getting
In the
here.
merchant quarter.
Okay. Can I make a perception check first as Rex to get a sort of like cone of where she might have gone, like the fucking quest marker scent trail that I can try and follow?
Yes, but it's gonna be a high DC.
Okay, I have advantage because
It's gonna be his stealth check.
yeah, perception at advantage because keen scent. Fuck.
Not high enough. You cannot. The cold that you almost that you had caught whiffs of in her scent 2 nights prior, it has completely eradicated any other trace of her smell, and especially being so up close. You know how when it's cold outside and you're like breathing in the cold air for a while and then you go inside and you can't smell for a little bit? It's like that. You cannot smell. You can't find her. In the swing, on the swing set, just
with
swinging.
the save I rolled earlier, I think I'm looking than baseline, and I'm going to try and manually search for her.
Okay, which way are you going?
I'm going to drop the summon beast because I'm about to spend an action on another concentration spell. I'm going to cast Skywrite and hold it as long as I can.
Here we
It says,
go again.
Tess, please come home.
It's always you at Pyro's character with the Skywrite. Oh.
So
Gary, please go.
it says Tess. It does say Tess, please come home.
I know.
And
I love
then-
it. Which direction are you moving?
The familiar is gonna move.
I regret nothing.
Go ahead and put Rhex on the board, and you can use the beast as the familiar because you have control
That's a good
over
idea.
both.
That's the beast.
Do I just need?
Yeah.
How do you want me to? Do you want me to section it out by like sort of sections I'm searching?
Yeah, of like what is the first, if there's like a district or a section that you are looking in.
I will
Then-
have the familiar to the one near with the instructions that if it finds Tess to go back and get sister.
Okay.
And then I'm going to head further into the city, looking for physical signs of ice
Okay.
and frost.
The
on
familiar
coast
is in the
that should be
entertainment district. You are going to the city center.
there. Yes.
Okay.
Kind of
Punched
hybrid
him
looking.
for 24 damage.
Was that other one lightning, by the way?
Huh?
Was that lightning damage on those D8?
Radiant.
Oh, radiant.
Radiant.
Oh, that was
Smited
the
you.
smite. Okay. I didn't know if he was his breath weapon or whatnot, or...
Nah,
Okay.
he smited
So,
you when he punched you in the face.
Make perception checks.
Okay.
One for the familiar, one for the you.
What should I use for the, like, parrot familiar? An owl? Raven?
For parrot, probably like it wouldn't be a nocturnal
Well,
bird.
probably a raven, because they have mimicry.
Yeah, that'd probably be the closest.
Yeah, they don't have keen perception on anything, so they just have
No.
a +3.
Yeah.
Well, every 6 seconds, Harka makes a wisdom save.
13 for the familiar. It's passive perception.
Familiar finds nothing.
I will have it mimicking. Tess, come home. Tess. Tess.
It's getting a lot of
Mimicking.
weird looks.
Takes him a while to get out. Holy shit!
There he
There we go.
He
goes.
finally gets out. Now he has to make the strength save. I'm not even gonna bother. You know what? I will bother doing sisters. Fuck it.
There he goes.
And up.
Doo-doo-doo.
There we go.
She gets up around the same time as Harka.
I'm having a
Knock
great time, guys.
Points at the bird. Knock that shit off.
Hey, quit that shit.
Walk over, grabs his hammer, and leaves.
Harka.
We're gonna have a Scooby-Doo battle royale? Like, gonna be crisscrossing alleyways to fucking fight?
He is not looking for you.
Okay.
He is,
He is walking to the nearest inn/bar.
Then you see Tess.
Would
having
you
murdered all
like
the
to go?
patrons.
Would you like to go back to the previous inn bar at the Future Melons, or would you like to find a different one?
He used to be a guard in this town. He knows where the nearest bar is. He is also other issues that cause him to know where the nearest bar is.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one that's closer.
He ain't looking to go back. He's just looking not to be there. And he will occupy himself until someone decides to either find him or come and get him.
I do need to know because the only bar that people other than Icarus would know would be the Future Melons. Do you go there or somewhere else?
Nearest bar.
I will rephrase. Would you
If it happens to
avoid
be the melons, it's the melons.
you would not avoid it. There's my answer. Thank you.
Yes. If it happens to be the future melons, he goes there.
Fine.
He doesn't.
Yes.
Chances they're sitting on the counter. No.
So, is he in the future melons then?
Just looking at where you are, let me scoot your token over. The Warrens is kind of like a district. No, there's a bar in the entertainment district. There's a bar in the entertainment district.
All right. And I'm just going to subtract, 5 gold from my inventory.
Yeah. That'll cover you.
And there's Harker for the night.
I need to roll Rex's perception. Again, do I?
You know
roll
what?
another?
Fuck it. It's funny and it'll amuse me in this tense moment for myself. You stay long enough at that bar that you see another goblin strip show. If you remember seeing that in Sheva Kerlora in the last campaign, there's one here too.
You want to know why? Because it's Short Stack Sunday, baby! Let's go!
That's
Imagine.
Yep.
He doesn't show interest.
I imagine for a moment you're in Harka's shoes. You're in a city where you're wanted. You're at probably one of the lowest points you've been in a long time, drinking your sorrows away, and you see 3 goblins in a trench coat come out with nipple tassels on, just start swinging it.
They're googly eye nipple tassels, by the way.
Carrie, Mary.
Hey.
Hey, Harky.
Is that you?
Oh, no. He's
No,
Hank right now.
This is Hank. Although, if Liv wants me to, I will start rolling wisdom saves once guards start showing up.
Does he get too drunk to forget to call himself Hank, not Harka?
Pretty much.
If it's just a name
just
thing,
for, to let you guys all know, Harka is a functional alcoholic.
No.
Damn,
First of all-
could have fooled me, brother.
you're functional
I
and
figured
used
you guys
to
all
it.
kind of knew, but just get it out in the open at this point.
I also feel
Yeah,
like
we're just all
it's
getting everything out in the
reasonable
open,
to say
guys.
that Harka is not very talkative when he's drunk, so I'm not particularly
no,
worried.
he's a depressed drunk. He kind of just,
I'm not
the kinda
terribly
guys
worried
that
about
end up
Harka.
starting a fight when someone bumps into him.
Ah.
He does it sober.
No, he doesn't do that sober.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll that perception check for the city center to try and look
Yep,
for her.
go ahead.
Sister.
Not enough.
Sister would have followed Harka from a distance until she saw him go into the building. Seeing that it is a bar, she would know that he might end up being there for a while. So then she will return back to the warehouse.
You could literally come back in the morning, he will be sitting in the same spot, except for asleep laying on the counter.
He'll eventually rotate into the merchant quarter, thinking maybe she went back to the bar.
I can't wait for you to spin out. I just circled back around in the dumpster behind the warehouse.
Yeah, just fucking yakety sacks as we're running around trying to find her.
It's just the Benny Hill theme song.
And she's crying in a crate and pulled the lid over top.
I get shipped. Bye.
Madagascar? I'll give another perception check in case she's in the merchant quarter.
You don't find her.
God damn these rolls!
Damn, it's like you're trying to catch a dedicated hunter of the
Can
most
I
vicious creature known to man.
Try something else.
What would you like to try?
It's hunter. I'd like to try and hunt her with survival. I want to find her tracks, and I would like to lean into the bestial aspect, and I would like to try and both sides of the hunt after her. I think.
I mean, survival is tracking.
I don't think we want to kill her. It's like a three-legged race at the moment. We both are agreeing we want to use all of our skills to try and track her down. We just haven't agreed on what we want to do when we get to her.
Well, as Rhex is tracking for her, sister's going to go back to the warehouse. I don't know if Icarus is still there or not. If he is, she will walk up to him and ask him, "You know all the good hiding spots here, not to be rude. Is there somewhere that you think Tess might be?"
Would I? Like, would I know of small little nooks and crannies in the immediate area that Tess might have gone hidden?
You absolutely would. There are, I mean, especially with you having kind of been involved with Thieves Guild type shit, you absolutely know a lot of those types of like, oh, this is where we send the little small ones to go and run stuff.
Then I will start flying above and looking for those locations.
Yeah. Make me a perception check.
Does he get advantage?
Because you're looking for places you know, yes. And you feel fairly confident that she is not there.
Then I will fly back to sister and say she is more than likely not in this section of the city.
Do you think that you could use some time to... Can you check the merchant quarter?
Yes. And I will fly to the merchant quarter.
Looking for similar patterns, make me another perception check.
Fuck.
11. The merchant quarter is much busier, and so sometimes it's more difficult to see some of those areas. So you're not entirely sure if she's not here or if you just missed her.
Liv.
Yeah.
Are there any, like, children around?
Tons. It's short stack Sunday. That's where all the kids are. Short stack Sunday. It's short stack Sunday in the merchant quarter. If you're under 3 feet, you can get cheap prices.
I would like to look for some, like, urchins or something like that, given my background, and I'd like to just, like, give them a general description of Tess and say there'll be money in it if you can find her.
They will immediately spread out, especially because, like, some of the, you know how to find the urchins that are, like, kids that are kind of working their way up into the guild kind of thing, and they've heard of you, they know kind of your reputation. You're very distinctive, so they know who you are, more or less, from stories. They immediately spread out and kind of go out into the merchant quarter and start looking.
That might be hard to find for me. It depends how far Liv ruled I got, because I know exactly where I was going. So I made a beeline for there.
I know exactly where Tess is.
Right.
And I know exactly how much of a head start she had on you guys.
And did you catch the survival check I made earlier?
Yes. 14 does not make it. You did not
have I have advantage?
You did not.
Damn. Okay.
I guess Icarus will just fly around to different parts of the town, relaying the same message, waiting for
Where do you go
to
next?
flag him down. The Marble District.
Okay. It's there. The urchins here are very specifically involved in grifting, and so it's not like we're immediately spreading out and looking, but they're like, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for her while still grifting. Like they're here conning rich people. That's the whole reason that they're in the Marble District, is to con rich people. And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. We got you. But we're also going to con these rich people while we do it. But the Marble District is also much smaller, so you gather that it'll probably be about the same as a bunch of them spreading out in the merchant quarter.
And then Icarus would go to the docks, the West Point docks.
Yep. Same thing.
Yep.
You just start dispersing. Every place you go, you find easily, even if they're not like little kids, you find like old friends or acquaintances, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll go look." You have like the entire
out on a baby kobold.
You basically have
Not wrong.
I would say within an hour, since these are the two districts you've been in, you have the entirety of your allies in the West Point and the Riverside neighborhoods mobilized. It is a subtle spreading out, but anyone, and the really cool thing about this city and the sort of underbelly that you were a part of here is how interconnected it is. So there's very much, when people from the guild see that other guild members are doing something, they're like, "Oh, hey, someone is moving with purpose. This is irregular. What's going on?" And it sort of builds almost like a telephone chain. So the West Point and the Riverside are getting scoured right now.
I'm gonna walk outside of my hiding place and just get mobbed.
All the children, we found her! Get the monkey!
Just carried
Fucking three
on like a
floodlights,
mosh pit. Like you just
Come out with your hands up, kobold.
just getting crowd surfed on a mosh pit of urchin children.
I think about.
It's like that Shrek scene.
Is there anywhere
Fucking
else you go?
firing.
Sister, is there anything you're doing, or are you remaining in the warehouse?
Imagine if you could send me.
After Icarus departs to the merchant quarter, Sister will just stand there for a moment, looking at the food that she had just prepared for everyone.
Oh,
That's
We'll just-
depressing.
She will just stare at it for a moment, and then close her eyes, and then walk out the door, and she will go to the entertainment district.
Part of me really hoped that she was just going to turn off all the lights and sit in the dark and hope Tess creeps back in so she could clink. You've been out pretty late.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
Part of me was hoping for it, but it's probably a better idea to have her go look.
I am
It's in the
so excited.
entertainment
Everywhere
district.
you've all gone looking for me.
Are you going to find Harka, or are you looking in the entertainment district?
She's gonna look through the entertainment district first and then visit Harka.
Make a perception check.
Can I guidance this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
23.
You do not find any trace of her in the entertainment district. You are confident that she is not here.
Rex's raven parrot will come down to you. Because it didn't find anything, and then it was told to find you. So it just perches on you.
It will
Can
take
it
her
assist?
head.
Can it assist her?
Yeah?
Cool. Take advantage on your continued efforts.
She will walk outside of the bar that Harka is in, and then she will look to it and say, "Wait out here for a moment."
It'll obey her commands.
She'll basically motion for it to like hop on the edge of the building and wait. And then she will stroll in there.
Okay. You absolutely see the sign in glittered letters above the stage that says Short Stack Sunday.
Let's go.
And the first thing you see walking in, gobbo titties. A swangin' with googly eyes on the nipples.
Oh man.
A googling.
Sister will just stare for a moment of just complete blank, like, okay. And then we'll turn to see Harka sitting at the... Is he sitting at the bar or is he sitting at a table?
That's up to Harka.
Harka,
Bar.
you muted? Is it the bar? Okay. She will walk up behind him.
In this short amount of time, he's managed to down 4 pints.
God. Brother's
They
chugging.
come in pints.
He will look up at her, very clearly drunk, and in slurred words, I took it a little far, didn't I?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Happens when I let my anger get to me.
We all have mistakes.
What you doing here?
She will sit next to him. She will sit next to him and just look
The
at him.
more I adventure, the harder it is to get drunk. It's kind of disappointing. I only started this shit so I could afford to get drunk. Thinking's overrated.
Thinking is what separates us from the beasts that we've been destroying.
I suppose. You guys find Tess?
No. Not to my knowledge.
Great.
Icarus
I wasn't gonna hurt her, I was just gonna hold her.
I know.
What the hell's wrong with me? I look back on it and I can see everything I did wrong, but in the moment, I think I'm doing the right thing.
Hindsight is much different.
Wanna know something else that's funny? I can undrunk myself immediately now. That is weird.
She will just look at him. Her face did not change. No hint of laughing or smiling.
Did you need me for something, or am I good just to drown in my sorrows here tonight?
She'll just keep looking at him.
Kind of just looks at her and... Son of a bitch. He'll touch his chest. 5 points of healing into him. He's no longer fucking drunk. Alright. Do you know where they went?
No.
Well, we can at least check the entertainment district.
I already did.
Then the best thing we can do is just go back to the warehouse and wait for him. With any luck, she'll be home. We may want to check the inn.
That is possible. But if Tessa's goal was to get away from us, she probably wouldn't have gone to the places we've been.
Distinct possibility.
Sister will then stand up and start walking. And then stop. And without turning around, I didn't come here to force you to help us look for her, you know?
It's the right thing to do. And when I'm sober, that's what I try to do.
People don't always do the right thing, and people don't always do the wrong thing. That's what makes them people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the irony, Rhex.
Yep.
That is the irony.
Yes, I'm aware of it, and it's a beautiful irony.
Well then, seems that you're more of a person than I am.
You'd be surprised. And she just walks out the door.
He'll follow.
And then motions to the bird.
Goes back to giving you advantage.
I'm so glad because catalyst of this domestic abuse
Dispute.
dispute.
And sister wasn't there, so I'm not gonna say that she would go there. At the same fucking hiding spot he went last time. So sister
can,
will go
wait
down
for you.
to the residential.
I cannot physically wait for y'all to find me.
You
Hey.
might have to.
When
ahead and-
Sister starts heading towards the residential, Harka's, I'm gonna head to the warehouse. Just in case. Do a thorough search around there. I'll be there when you look for me.
She nods. I hope so.
It's a promise. I'm decent at keeping those.
Then I will trust you.
And he'll walk back to the warehouse. And do a very thorough search around the warehouse.
Okay.
That Tess is in the fucking sewer, a little rat.
Harka, go ahead and make me a perception check around the warehouse, since you are the only person that hasn't done one yet, so I'll let you go ahead and go.
You will also do it on the inside of the warehouse too, just
Yeah.
to make sure she didn't hide in the warehouse and
Do
we
both.
just all fucking left it.
I've been in the
Okay.
dumpster the whole time.
That's inside.
You do not find her. You don't know if you missed her or if she's not here. So, sister, with advantage, help from the familiar, make your check for the residential district.
I'll turn my head. I'm listening to Devil Trick on repeat just to
21.
shift my fucking brain.
Sister, as you and the familiar are circling around the residential district, you catch a hint of an icy trail. And
Where's the lead?
leads further into the residential district. And Pyro, if you would like to go ahead.
All right, so who specifically is in the group, or are you all together?
In the residential district right now is
It's
Rex's
sister.
familiar and sister.
All right, so you suddenly find yourself on a somewhat familiar path, and you find yourself walking up the doorsteps of Icarus's house.
Oh!
Sister will sigh and will gently knock on Iris' door.
I feel like that's probably what you almost like that, but more distraught. You hear from inside the house, and then you hear shuffling. The door opens a little bit, and you see Iris. And she does not look like you've seen her before. Her face is stone cold. She sort of cracks the door open. Can I help you?
Is everything okay?
With me? I'm fine.
She will sigh and kind of look dejected. And I take it Tess has been crying.
Oh, yes. You can kind of see where, like, the fur on her shoulders is, like, kind of mussed up. Like, you know, you've seen cats when
Covered
they've
in
gotten,
snot.
like, way licked. It's like that.
Did grandbaby run to grandma? Is grandma yelling at mom? This is...
You can very much see she is... And she's, like, standing like, the door is not all the way open. It is open wide enough for the width of her body, and she is holding it there. She's mad.
You don't have to let me in there. I'm just happy that she's safe with someone. And she will take out her notebook real quick and will scribble something down on a page, tear it out, fold it. When she's calmed down, can you give this to her?
Yes, but it's up to her if she reads it or not. I'm not going to make her.
You don't have to. And then she will do a bow.
Oh, you would see her.
Sister will look, her eyes widened, seeing Tess.
Can you get everyone? I'd like to say something. I don't think I'll be able to say it more than one time.
I'll try to gather everyone. And she'll look towards the familiar. Back to your master, please. Bring him here.
Takes off.
Woo!
She's just standing next to Iris's leg, just leaning against it. She looks tired. She had a good cry.
Iris definitely softens a little bit at that. All right, come in.
DM
Have a
may do
seat.
some minor property damage in the next morning that we might have to deal with.
There might be, of course.
I'll make that.
Sister,
I'll make some tea.
Sister will bow and say, "Thank you, but I need to go get Harka. He's the only one I know where he is. The familiar knows where Rhex is, and I'm hoping Icarus may just end up over here."
I think I have my ways.
Pulled up the bat signal.
She will nod, and she will head up back to the warehouse.
I mean, as far as Tess saw, Icarus was just flying above, so I don't think she would have said anything about what Icarus was doing. All she did was sob and say that everyone got all angry, and then I got scared and ran.
Back to the warehouse.
Okay.
Yo, Rhex is
Icarus, you eventually get word through your urchin radio. Your wife is looking for you.
Oh no. Like chill runs up his spine.
See the ding on the air fryer.
She says, "I'm okay, but you need to get home now."
Icarus be like,
That's why she led with, "I'm okay."
You may not be.
Oh my god.
Icarus is not gonna necessarily know that. Well, yeah, she just said it. But Icarus is gonna panic and just like stop by a food stall and get something real quick, like just a flyby, grabbing something, dropping some coins, and get home.
I'm just
like
picturing a cruise missile direct target.
brother grabs a thing of roses and a chocolate bar. He's like, "All right, I got it just in case.
I'm sorry, but it won't
I
happen
have,
again.
I have to be armed."
Yep.
If he's flying over where he is, you would see a tiger built on top of roofs, and they're leaving some damaged ceramic tiles.
Oh my god, you motherfucker!
Yep. So eventually you all make it to Icarus and Iris's house.
He'll eventually push back into humanoid form as he lands in his house.
I still gotta go get Harka.
Well, yeah, we're hand waving this because we're running out of time, and I want to get this done before the new year.
Yeah.
So you make it to
Tess-
Icarus. All of you make it to
Tess has
Icarus and
something to
Iris's
say.
house.
Get over here, Harka. I mean, Hank.
Honk.
SWAT team drops in.
Are you muted?
Yeah, I'm coughing a lot, so I keep
Oh,
muting myself.
big mood.
Tess is just sitting there, like almost like huddled into the couch, like a scared cat, just backing into it.
Iris
still
has
would
made
have
tea
given-
for everyone.
She still would have given Tess the note if she wanted to read it or not.
Yeah, she still would have
Arco
given it
will
to her.
leave all of his weapons outside.
Sure, what does it say?
Good call.
That
What does the
spoon
note
glows
say?
with a mighty power.
The note says people don't have to be perfect for you to love them.
Hmm.
She says, then
Given-
why
given-
doesn't Harka love
Given
me?
our past, Connor, I wouldn't bring up the honey yet.
Oh no.
So,
What's
I think the more cursed thing is that the druid said it's homemade.
We don't have to talk about that one. So once you're all there, Tess is gonna sip some tea.
I've been keeping this secret for a while. You guys deserve to know.
And Tess is going to kind of roll into her tail, and I'm going to post this in Liv's World Journal. Here's the first part because I broke the Discord character limit.
he did. He
Oh,
wrote a
my
lot.
Lord.
Thank you, Shane.
Here's the first part.
Redacted.
That was my reaction initially as well.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I went all out for this one. And here's the rest.
Whoa!
Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Shane traumatized me, and I compartmentalized that.
And he said, now I'm going to write a whole backstory.
You're
I'm
welcome.
Damn,
I'm gonna
making
fix
me
my
look-
Thank you.
laser. I'm gonna redo my laser writing a test.
Now
And
I feel like
did
I
this.
phoned it in.
And now I'm gonna be quiet while this happens.
So for the sake of the VOD,
Yes.
Tess Keenjaw grew up as a particularly gifted hunter of the Keenjaw tribe of kobolds who took up residence in the uniquely magically infused set of icy caverns within the woods around the northeastern town of Alderwick. One day, when Tess was returning with a fresh set of spoils from a bandit group setting up in their territory, saving some weirdly dressed humans calling themselves adventurers who told her what they did for a living, Tess put those thoughts away for later and offered the shinies to her papa, a large white kobold by the name of
Redacted.
and her siblings,
Redacted.
the middle child, his twin, and the
Redacted.
spoiled youngest.
Redacted.
Mama died to a winter wolf attack a few years back, but she saved so many of the tribe with her magic powers. Her name was... Tess
Redacted.
wants to be like her when she grows up. A few hours later, Tess and her tribe were eating communally and providing offerings to their great protector,
Redacted.
the Keenbringer. Tess always admired her practically shining white scales covering her body, when suddenly, as if a mighty hand scooping dirt from the floor, the whole tribe and a hefty portion of the mountain was teleported to what Tess would later find is the Winter Court's end of the Feywild. The Keenbringer was unfortunately beheaded by the spatial magic. The tribe was allowed 2 minutes to mourn before they were beset by strange creatures that looked like goblins, but with funny red hats and clanky boots. After fending off the weird goblins, Tess volunteered to lead a group of scouts to survey the new land they found themselves in. Unfortunately, these new lands quickly got the group of 10 kobolds lost, and their numbers quickly dropped. Some due to weird goblin attacks, some to the very foliage coming alive, and some just disappeared, despite multiple watchmen reporting hearing nothing. Tess lost her final scout, a friend of hers named...
Redacted.
whom she had a crush on. Scared, alone, and out of arrows, Tess wandered into what looked like a garden made of ice, with shadows all pointing to an impossibly tall woman who beckoned the kobold girl forward, and after hearing the kobold's tale, offered to help her for a price. She would offer 3 gifts, but would extract 3 prices in turn at her leisure. Tess accepted. The first gift, power. Mab, the lady whose utterance of her name caused even Tess's innate cold resistance to shudder, would awaken Tess's dormant magical prowess by feeding Tess a ball of what she called frozen chaos. Tess screamed as her mana pathways and tendons were torn to shreds, until the thawing chaos rebuilt it. This happened 3 more times. Mab's second gift was knowledge. Tess wasn't dumb, however, she could be improved. Mab personally blessed her by providing the knowledge through intricate arcane carvings. Directly onto Tess's brain and brainstem, wounds also forcefully healed by the still rampaging chaos in her body. The price? The names of her loved ones, offered up to Mab. The final gift? Status. Tess would become one of Mab's chosen, her little winter knight. This would afford her protection from most winter fae. However, if she died to her fellow servants of the Lady of Darkness, despite Mab's blessings, then it would be her fault for being weak. The price? Servitude. Mab is a cold mistress, and doesn't offer gifts without making sure her investments are returned. Tess is not allowed to age. She serves the Queen of Air and Darkness until Mab deems her service done. Mab then sends Tess on her less than merry way back into the forest, freshly kitted out. What Tess found out after traversing the Winter Queen's domain was not a tribe of kobolds, but a massive fleet of weird goblins eating her family. Tess snapped into a maddening fit of sobbing until she saw her brother
Redacted.
getting beaten by the Redcaps for sport. Tess's vision went white. It is unknown how long Tess was out, but she came to eventually, surrounded by frozen and bloody Redcap corpses, holding her dying brother in her arms.
Redacted.
Looked up at Tess with awe and a little fear in his eyes, and uttered one more word that would make it to Tess's ears. Dragon. Tess would have fully fallen to madness if Mab hadn't immediately peered and placed a cooling hand on her head. The woman, no, the force of nature made flesh and bone, looked down at her newest winter night with pity? Sadness? No one knows. But she offered the kobold one more gift. Tess looked up into this ancient entity's eyes and asked to go home. Mab agreed, then declared the price to be offerings. Every kill, be it the soul, a part of it, or whatever Mab happens to want that Tess claims, will be offered up to the Queen of Air and Darkness automatically. And like that, Tess was shifted back into the crater where her home once was. An unknown amount of time passed before she met the party.
Oh.
And that is where we're going to call tonight's game and pick it up in 2024. Thank you
What a
all for
bomb.
joining me. We all had ups, we all had downs. Thank you for sticking it out. I love you all very much, and we will pick this up next year.